to deny that the DD, but he is not going to get out of there. Gion swoops over and grabs a kill.
Nice movement. That's to be expected too. If anyone's going to rotate here, it will be the Ember. But
are you happy with what? If you're Aster, are you happy with what your Skywrath pick has done so far this game?
I honestly have no idea, but he's been a part of some kills. It's just a question of whether you think the hero is valid or not. Typically, you'd have a save support in that role.
I think you're super happy with what's happened in the top lane. That's the main thing.
Kama's doing great.
And I think if you take the first tower of the game as Aster, you've got to be.
Yeah. Morphling is also pretty fun though. We haven't been checking in on Eve too much, but doing nicely in the mid lane though. Not really much of a counter to the Ember, it would seem. Like Gion's still farming fairly nicely. I don't know if he's gotten a couple of bottle refills. He's also looks like he's going to be jungling a little bit.
I like this.
Oh, top lane. That was a really nice hex for the illusion to immediately kill it. I think he's in trouble here.
Yeah.
Probably going to
try to block
nice
him
body
in.
blocks.
And there's the shackles. 2 points.
Long range.
A lot of damage. Switch it over to the Intreads. There's the Mana Void.
Very nice.
Oh, kill steal by Q though with the level 1.
Oh yeah, with the level 1
Ether shock.
I like it. However, I would have probably saved for either the Ember or the AM, but you're all right with it. He was off to a really nice start in the mid lane. I'm just concerned that he won't. You can't really pressure tower too tough, too hard rather, when there's an Ember and a Sky in the game. Yeah. That's one reason I like Baboka's hero choice here, because you can't play as aggressively as we saw Resolution do earlier in the NA games against Complexity.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the Morphling picks, when they look really good, is when Morphling at this point in the game can go full agi and just get free tower damage.
He wanted that bounty.
Oh, wow.
The Shrine's on cooldown and they've got a lot of damage. They do TP in here on the Morphling, but doesn't have the mana for the slight chain. Is there even? Yeah, there are 2 points in chains.
And especially when it comes to TI time, I just gotta favor Aster's draft from this position, solely because it seems easier to execute. They've got an easier time finding kills right now, and as the game continues, I think they'll outscale.
That may be a little Captain Hindsight talk in there. I get what you're saying, but
I said I think Aster's one of the best teams in the tournament.
How dare you?
Don't take my role away.
All right, lots of stacking. Ember farming up quite a bit. Morphling, he's got this Ring of Health picked up. Is this just going to be a Lincoln's? Seems like a pretty decent game for Lincoln's.
It kind of looks like it's just like a temporary. I don't want to buy Mask of Death, but I do need some regen item. I don't necessarily think he has to rush the Lincolns. It's not very good against Morphling or against AM. I feel like. I guess it's pretty good against the Sky.
There's good stuff to block, but there's also a lot of stuff to pop it, is the thing. So, and now we got the Master Boards getting dropped. This Shadow Shaman has been so popular. And we had what you were talking about yesterday, Kyle, that Mineski, they were apparently scrimming Chinese teams a lot, and they picked Shadow Shaman every game in the grand finals. They love that hero. Boogie was rocking it.
It's one of those TI heroes. It's a lot like Earthshaker. Yeah. Shadow Shaman, late game, you land CC, and the other team doesn't have save, or a hero's caught alone, he's dead. He is dead 100%. You drop boards, easy towers, and it's just a nice hero to have in a draft when people are playing more passively and scared than usual because there's so much pressure.
And he can also just like in lane, he can just walk up and hit you in the face.
That too.
The hero just does way too much face damage.
He does silly damage. It's also interesting, we've been seeing people, I think traditionally, or in pubs at least, we used to always see the Ether Shock max. Yeah. But we have been seeing in these last couple of games people opting for more points in the other abilities. Yep. Kind of like you were talking about Grimstroke. Right?
Yeah, you can be flexible, but it works better on Shaman to go more disable like these days, because all these like early game fights, the amount of disable you have when you max out Hex is like game changing. You can rely on your cores to do damage, but then if you roll into a fight and you Hex somebody for 3.5 seconds, and you can also channel Shackle for another 3, that's insane disable from a support.
I think that when you put more points in Q, it's oftentimes better as a 4 position specifically, and of course Q is playing the 5, and in addition they have 3 cores that are all able to quickly push lanes, so he just needs to be locking down.
Fast at bottom, they come in, they get the chains onto the Leshrac. Do they have enough damage? He's got no Jules to disengage.
That was flawless. That's top 5 MMR China player in Chuan.
Did you dodge the splitter?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
It's also the first time this game that Leshrac has tried to edict a tower, and he just gets immediately blown up.
Yeah.
I mean, Oh boy.
Yeah, comboing Slight with it is really good. It takes a long time to... Like, I feel like whenever I play Sky, I never get a full duration ulti. Ever.
Yeah.
Until you get like an Atos or something. And then by the time you have Atos, they have BKBs, and then it doesn't happen anyway. So...
But it's got to feel so good
6.
in this game where, think about where it was picked in the draft, and all 3 heroes picked around it, Ember, Shadow Shaman, and Axe, have just this great setup for it.
They want the Ember. Can he dodge? Nice Slight. Jump away. Gion wasting their time.
But
well, he got ice
so
blasted,
hard.
but didn't get stunned.
It's so difficult to land that.
Yeah, he's currently second in on the leaderboards, by the way, and XM number 3. And 1, 2, 3,
Dang.
number 4.
Who's second? Chuan?
Yeah. And guess who's number 1? Chinese leaderboards.
Paparazzi.
It's you.
No.
It was Kyle the whole time.
It is SCCC.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that the other day.
And incredibly, Zhao 8 is number 16. Although it could just be an impersonator. I don't think he plays enough Dota to be top 16. If he does, though, that'd be pretty impressive.
The Mud Golem. All right. They don't get the chains. Surge away from the river. James is going to survive, it looks like.
I think Nyx is like the only hero that can get that U-Pulse kill on Ember with.
He's still just chilling up here on the high ground. They do have vision from the Radiant, but he's gone. All right,
Man.
walks back into the Sentry.
I want to play Skywrath on a team with setups, dude. This looks so much fun.
Yeah,
It's like you actually get to play your hero.
Sky Axe has been a combo for a while. It was, I think, it's a Final Tribe. There was some team, I think Ira was playing on it, maybe before TFT. They always picked Skywrath, and Jonas and Fan, I remember, was always playing Axe.
Dude, no, Jonas,
with
Jonas it was Clock.
That too, yeah. Sky Clock, Sky LC, and Sky
LC.
Axe.
That's right, that's right. Yep.
3 bounties for CDC, but still down by 2K net worth.
That was like last year, right before TI, is when that got really popular, the Sky X thing, with all the nuke damage, with like LGD and Liquid and stuff like that.
Okay, we got Axe Blink. 1 point in call by level 10.
Told you, man.
Sir Action Slacks approved.
He's been watching Slacks' old
Well, I feel like as CDC, you got to make something happen here. This is your morph is just not going to have much of a window where he can.
Look at this. This Darkseer just doesn't really look like he has a whole lot, right? He's not too far behind
so much
the Axe.
bling. It's got 3 rings, dude.
Oh. The concern I have as well is like Eve is going for a Lincoln's first. So it's like nice, but your main threat here is non-Lincoln's disable. It's taunt from the Axe.
Yeah,
it's the Ember chains, and it's not as if Rasta Sky don't have a bunch of spells to cancel.
So do you want him to get Manta first? Is that the...
Maybe the Lifesteal Yasha, the Lifesteal Manta build into Shotgun or BKB or Scotty.
Look at this. Tank for your siege creep, and then get the last.
I kind of agree with you guys, but we saw Morphling do the same negative things yesterday, and then he still stomped anyways. Because like
later on,
it literally doesn't matter what items he has. He just has to turn into a different hero and then have utilization of 2 sets of skills, and he still impacts a lot.
What hero is he going to turn into that's going to have that super high impact?
Ember Spirit.
Eve.
Sky is probably not bad either.
Silenced. He is morphing strength. Do they have enough damage for it here? Looks like they might. James going to try and bail out his carry player. All right, they're going to get the shackle on the next assassin. They're going to take him instead.
He was invulnerable.
Good lord.
He's going to have Battle Fury Yasha at like 17 minutes.
Well,
he's pretty much already got it.
He just has to turn into Sky, put a silence on some guy, and then E-Blade. Blast him, and he's going to explode.
Yep.
Like actually fucking explode.
Okay, so what's the like 4-slot anti-mage this game? What's the anti-mage timing? Are you playing? Is it the traditional kind of like BKB Abyssal? Are we gonna see a Scotty? Call it out for me, guys.
I believe we will see a Butterfly is so good this game. Just have to make sure you don't
They really
get
want XM. Couldn't get the Yules up. Ice Blast coming in to counter initiate. Now he gets the Yules. Decent damage getting turned around. They are trying to focus him down. They look for the +1. Get the shackle onto the Ancient Apparition. Walking in just a little bit too close. And there you go. Aster will take a double kill for Cheon.
It's too easy. And this is the problem with the CDC lineup and my concern with the Lesh. You don't have a hero that looks to get involved and can actually like tech. Someone's going to get initiated on. You're playing against Axe Ember, but none of these heroes on CDEC can actually frontline, and they don't have any save. So sure, you can Yules yourself up in the air as the Leshrac, but there's so much lockdown and damage on Aster, it's not really saving you, and you have to be ahead to...
Ooh, is he going to Carapace the way? Okay, no.
Nah,
he wanted to.
To be fair, right, Kyle is the ultimate Leshrac defender, and he's saying this. It should mean something. And you did call this out in the draft, man. And in theory, on paper in this draft, right, Darkseer is supposed to be your frontliner. He's supposed to build the utility items. He's supposed to be leading the charge in the fight, but he got shut down. This is exactly what happened to Mind Control at the Major.
Yep.
He just got shut down so hard in the laning phase. He's never been in the game.
See, if he's able to get ahead and he's playing with like an HOD creep at 9 minutes, this is a totally different game because you can link up with your Leshrac and you're the most powerful heroes on the map.
Yep.
But when you're going for this hood build, you don't actually
Okay, in trouble.
do things.
And this concept that we've sort of talked about a bunch, Kyle, but never formalized, this idea of effective net worth, right?
Yeah.
6,000 gold on Axe in this game is just so much more impactful than 6,000 gold on Darkseer.
That's a very good point. I think that if you look at the really popular heroes in the meta, effective net worth is the key. You look at Ember, right? With Drum's Maelstrom phase and level 14, 8k net worth, you feel way stronger than this Leshrac right now. Far more useful than even the Morph
Is that a big part of the
lane.
Ember, you think? He just uses all of the good items at the moment? Because these are all... These are all good items.
Dude, look through the history of like the metas, right? The Mask of Madness patch, what did we see?
Yeah,
You know?
the Troll, Sniper,
Drow,
Doug,
Luna.
yeah.
You know, when there
true.
was a patch where Armlet was super good, we saw a bunch of strength heroes. There's a Midas patch. Midas Radiance
there was
patch.
another
I
Maelstrom
don't
patch
miss that.
as well.
I do
No, I
not
don't.
miss that.
Yeah, it's something. There's obviously a lot of factors that go into what becomes meta, but I think that the powerful item builds sort of dictate in a way the powerful heroes that can use those items the most efficiently.
Well, James, we've seen him in this place before. He is in trouble and gonna get called. Does get the break, so no spins, but whatever. There's a dunk for him.
What skill build is Sky going?
Sky maxed the
going
concussive
silence
shot
after.
first, and then
I like
seal.
that. Such a good silence game.
Yeah.
And he's going Aether Lens too, which is a little interesting, but I think it makes sense considering his team has so many good different grabs that he can pretty much always react quickly to what's happening.
And there's no real initiation on the side of CDC. That's another concern with the draft. The Darkseer, when he falls behind, it makes the Nyx behind as well.
Yeah.
And James, as you can see, like he wants to get aggressive, but at the end of the day, he has to walk at heroes under the cover of Invis. If there's sentries down, he will die.
Were those odds flipped based on the teams at the top?
They had them labeled right. They just had them on the opposite sides.
Okay.
So it was labeled CDC on the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I was like,
it
Astros
just
definitely
looks
winning.
weird.
That's
with
just,
the in-game
that's just
overlay.
like the Betway API.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is a little bit confusing, but you just have to read the names, and those are the accurate odds for those accurate.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I was like, Astros definitely winning this right now. I'd be surprised if they weren't the high stack, but.
Man, it's hard to see a way for CDC back in this game. They need
Morphing's got a 1v5, right? That's
they need. It's not just the 1v5s. They need to force a good 5v5 fight where they get like a 3-man ice
All right,
blast.
nice spiked Carapace, setting it up, follow-up stuns. Can they actually get this Ember? XM walks in for the last little bit. Very nicely
That's step
executed from CDEC.
I mean, you have a Leshrac lineup, and
Yeah, they got BKB on XM now, so he's going to be a little bit less vulnerable, and CDEC actually wanting to head straight into the pit.
love it.
All right, do they have... So no medallion or anything, they're just relying on the Morphling damage. It's still kind of early, so they can potentially just punch this down. Do Aster have any idea that this is going on? They do seem to be rotating over.
They're smart boys.
Yeah.
You can figure
I
it out.
was just wondering, do you buy out as Ember here? Probably not.
I don't
It's
even think he
15.
has to. It's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Anti-mage
close,
is fair.
Like realistically, this Radiant team is not a good Roche lineup.
No.
Well, still a nice pick-off, but they don't get too much more out of it, unfortunately.
Yep. I like the build in the AM as well.
Straight into Basher Abyssal.
There were a couple options. I feel you could have gone like maybe the Butterfly Heart, but that's a bit weak against Darkseer. It makes the illusion super
All
strong.
right, this is just a smoke gang. They don't actually have the Vendetta. Silence coming in on the Nyx Assassin. Baboka hides in the trees, and Aster just backing up, resetting, and no fight.
Yeah.
But CDC, they wanted that. The Roshan is healing back up now, so...
They could have finished that for sure. It got low enough, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, final point on the AM, Abyssal BKB. That's the big power spike for AM.
For
if
sure.
they can get an Aegis as well. The AA, the Nyx, the Darkseer, the Lech, all of these heroes are
Everyone's a
susceptible.
liability, right?
Yeah,
Like, you just jump one guy, and then that Mana Void can potentially kill the whole team.
Yeah, how have we not talked about that before now? I mean, they have nothing. If AM gets BKB, there's nothing.
Yep.
Nothing touches him, yeah.
And that's also, he not only can buy one and then act with impunity, he forces the Leshrac to go second item BKB. That's the first time I've seen it in this qualifier, and it's not what you want to do. You want to be able to go for this really greedy, selfish build.
Well, it's not just the AM. Right? I mean, think about what happened early on the first time he tried to push a tower. He just gets blown up by the Skywrath combo. And that's the thing. He still has to play carefully, because having that BKB in your inventory doesn't matter if you get blink called by Axe. Although I guess that's enough of an animation. You've got time.
Speaking of Axe, he's going to be going for BKB as well. So could be a very strong BKB timing coming up for Aster. And yeah, Anti-Mage not even going to go for the full Abyssal Blade. He also just wants to line up a BKB timing with the Axe, and that's going to be maybe their strongest moment. They go take a fight with the two BKBs, they can drop snakes in the pit, get the Aegis for the Anti-Mage, and then he's just out of control.
So why did AM's build change so much in the last, like, 6 months? Like, this is like his old
this is the standard build.
But people go Scotty all the time. It's like third item, for example.
I think third item Scotty is overbuilt. Actually,
it is there's two different concepts. There you get the Basher / Abyssal when you're going for BKB timing, and otherwise you're going for an EHP focused just stat build with Butterfly and Harder Scotty.
They're looking for something. They see Q. This is just going to be a free pickoff on the Shadow Shaman. It looks like no one's even coming anywhere close. Anti-Mage is already off on the camp. So,
but you know, your concept, Kyle, of carry itemization is always talking about acceleration, and I don't think Scotty accelerates AM at all.
Sure, but by the time you've picked up a Scotty, it's not about accelerating that much anymore. And it's better.
Are there really fights that Scotty's going to save your life?
Scotty's good because a lot of the carries in the meta were strength heroes. Stuff like heroes like Lifestealer. You don't want to play against an AM with Scotty because there's nothing you can do to actually go toe to toe. And like Butterfly Scotty, you can't run away. You have to try and right click, and that's not so easy when you're behind in net worth.
As CDC most assuredly is here.
So no, Wimprov is still. What's up with that?
Yeah, but do keep in mind, you know, they will run. They're on a clock of sorts. The Butterfly on Morph is huge.
They are like being a little less aggressive, right? I feel like Aster is super strong right now, and they're being a little bit less aggressive than I expected them to be. I know you are waiting for this BKB timing on AM, but. If he finishes BKB and they don't immediately look to take a fight, I think that's really bad.
And I want to point out real fast, the Leshrac, he was going bots, switched for a Kaya. I really like that choice, not just for the spell amp, but the 12% mana cost and mana loss reduction. Very good against an AM.
That's a good point.
Would not be surprised to see the Sanj as well. Like, then you get status resist. It's very valuable in a game like this.
So does that mean you actually, as a minor technical matter, you actually take less damage?
You take less damage because you have less mana burned.
I wasn't sure if the mana burn damage was calculated pre-reduction.
I've always wanted to fit that in with like the Crystal Maiden aura as well. I don't know if anybody ever has, because like 14% or whatever. Like if you play with a Storm against an Anti-Mage or something, I thought maybe.
You're making your Crystal Maiden very sad though, asking her to take the mana cost, mana loss instead of GPM.
Yeah, it's a big loss, but I mean, it affects your whole team. If you have a lot of spellcasters like Alina or something, that stuff is massive for her ability to stay on the map.
All right, here comes the timing, ladies and gentlemen. We got BKB, BKB, and BKB all completed. You got to just run at him as Aster.
Did you say
right?
BKB?
I think I said BKB.
Okay.
I think you said BKB.
But did I say BKB?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so smoke gank, maybe. Who's got the smoke? Q's got it.
I feel like no region other than China would get this many BKBs coordinated at the same time. Second item, nothing.
I mean,
like other region would for sure fit in like up late middle or something.
All right. James is invis here at mid. He does still have the Vendetta as well.
I love this smoke behind the Anti-Mage. It's so tough to see this coming, and I especially like that they're smoking in the direction of their vision. If they were to go into the top area of the map, this becomes far more difficult. And even if they don't find kills here, it's still a high EV play.
They come play the high ground, just checking
hilarious.
if anyone's going to go for that big camp. This is very
how was this funny
careful.
to you?
This play is literally
right,
out
jump
of the
in, BKB pop. They've got the taunt. Can they kill off this Leshrac? He's got a BKB of his own. XM pops it, and it just ends up being a BKB for BKB trade. They are not confident in chasing up into this no vision zone.
Yeah, that play Kyle is talking about, smoking behind the AM I mean, that is straight out of the Navi 2012 playbook. They used to do that behind Hvosh all the time. It's a classic, and it's like one of the pick and rolls of Dota.
All right, well, they're gonna come and poke and prod a little bit. Do have those level 2 mass serpent wards. So some of the safest sieging you're ever gonna see. The glyph does come in, so CDC want to move into position, get ready to defend this high ground.
What do you guys think it's like when you're a creep and like all these super scary heroes about to murder you, but then the glyph comes out and they're just wailing on you,
I'm
and
really
then it goes away and you die?
I'm really surprised they're playing so passively, because in theory, C-Deck don't have any true initiation.
All right. Ember got it.
It's like they had the one initiation onto XM, who is BKB and lived, and they kind of hesitated at.
Is this one more item syndrome, guys? Is this?
I hope not.
Oh, they jump in. All right, they found James, and he is dead.
Yeah, that should be a Roche. And the thing is, if you're going to initiate a C-Deck, all you have is the Nyx. And theoretically, if you have a sentry down, he'll try and Yules. And if he Yuleses and tries to get the immediate stun, it's so easy then for either Ember or Axe to counter-initiate. And you can BKB and all in the Nyx. He's dead.
All right, CDC know what's going on. They're coming in. They've got to jump in call over onto the XM Leshrac. What can they actually do?
Nyx
James TP straight in, but immediately gets hexed. He's looking very, very dead. Auto attack down by Camo, who's still looking for a little bit more. Eve comes into the middle of everything. He just wants some kind of a kill. What can he actually get? Now they do have the vacuum wall down. They need to be careful of this anti-mage illusion. XM still on a decent amount of mana, so Mana Void is just going to get pump faked by Kama, and they back out. Bunch of BKB charges used, but all they got was the Nyx Assassin dieback.
Was that super careful there by Aster?
I don't mind it.
You guys feel like they could have pressed that a little
Maybe,
more?
but your BKB on AM was down, and you are in danger if there's a couple of stuns landed on top of you. There is no save on Aster. They'd use all their BKBs. You're going to shrine up instead. 30 seconds on the Nyx.
He's got the full
and runes in 15. So instead of trying to finish that fight, they collect a free about what 2,500 gold by just doing nothing. Although they're not playing the bottom side of the map, so they will lose those. It's actually a 2 for 2. Now I'm not sure I agree.
All right.
Yeah, I liked your point about you play it tactically, take map control, but yeah, they kind of okay. They've decided that Roche is going to be their objective. All right.
And this is your big timing now for Aster. The butterfly on AM is nice, but they'll have the Aegis and 4 items.
Nice blast. Scouts it, but CDC not really here.
No.
Oh, they're Matt TP into Shrine.
Yeah, they're coming in now. All right, XM.
They got to know that they're
leading the way.
They may fight this after ages.
All right, they're doing everything that they can to finish off this Roshan. They do get the chain stun onto the Ember Spirit. He's got BKB, gets out of it. Chuyon surviving. Actually wants to keep the Nyx Assassin here. He's going to Yules himself, and James will just be able to walk away.
It's a very... It's just a curious sequence of events, I'll be honest. The China qualifiers this far, I haven't seen the level of Dota I'd expected. Still probably a bit of nerves playing a part, but...
What's Aster's record at the moment? Is this a must-win game for them?
They came in 2-2.
Okay, so it's not must-win, but
everybody is between, as far as I remember, everybody's between 3-1 and 1-3, except maybe Sirius is 1-4 coming into today?
Yeah, I think Sirius are 1-4.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are not in a great spot. And are they playing at the moment? No. Just having a look at our schedule. Okay, so this is what you were talking about, right, Kyle? This is that 15-minute anti-mage window. He's at peak strength.
Yeah, and as soon as this morph picks up his butterfly, which he's just the evasion portion away from, that's where things start to shift. It kind of equalizes their damage effectiveness in the fights, even though he's still behind a net worth. And that next item on Morphling, the level 20-25 talent, I think he'll go for the morph targets Al? No, he won't need that. He'll just get waveform attacks this game.
Once he gets Butterfly, he's going to be able to start like crapping on the BKB heroes on the enemy team that aren't farming super fast. And when he gets this item after that, then he's going to start like blowing up supports really easily. So he's on a really good trajectory right now, even though AM is way more farm.
Yeah, and at the same time, the utility items, even though Darkseer is still behind in farm, the utility items are starting to come out. He has that full pipe completed. Those are the things in these fights that are going to enable the Morph and the Electrac to stand in and deal damage.
They're also pretty close to both a Lotus and a Lincoln's.
Yeah, that's
as well.
Super nice.
That's going to be... They've seen the Abyssal Blade, and they are itemizing against it. All right, Anti-Mage chops in that tier 2. CDC didn't want it anyway. And they are probably just going to keep on trying to stall out this Aegis and defend their high ground. XM is out pushing waves. He has a pretty good idea of where everybody is over on the Astra side, courtesy of this ward, but it does quickly get dewarded, and he does need to be careful. The anti-mage is very mobile, and he's looking for him, in fact. Kama, can he find him? Jumps in on top of him. XM getting chased down now. Won't be able to just BKB TP, so it looks like he is probably just straight up dead here. And let's get auto attack down.
Yeah, he was going to turn in Yule's AM, but when the Manta came out, it's too hard.
Good counterspell as well to prevent the immediate Yules.
Yeah. I was going Daedalus on Morphling.
He just needs some physical damage, I guess. Do you
Let
guys
me
like
see
this?
some stats about that.
What is that? Third item, Daedalus?
Fourth item.
He got waveform attacks targets.
He needs
This is his butterfly?
No, he'll be buying an MKB because the AM will beat him to butterfly, and Eve will realize that he needs an MKB.
Beautiful.
We'll see. Kyle.
I mean, if you can't buy Daedalus against an AM going butterfly, but we'll see.
All right, well, high ground we go. There is a Radiant Cliff available. CDC, what if they actually got the jump in Abyssal Blade on top of the Nyx Assassin? That's just going to be a free kill.
No!
Monovoid gets reflected. Anti-mage down. That is his Aegis gone. They do end up losing the Nyx Assassin at the end of the day, but they've got the anti-mage illusion. Glyph now coming in, and CDEC gearing up for this defense. Morphling does have the Ember.
Is that a 4-man Ice Blast?
Yeah, Ice Blast coming in.
They're not going to get racks.
Wait, XXS, his face boots are on cooldown. That means he gets stuck by the cold feet, taking a lot of damage from this Morphling, getting trapped by his allies Serpent.
And the Ice Vortex. Don't undercount.
Oh my god.
Awards.
That racks hold is huge.
Wow.
Man, that's like watching Rubik steal a spell and use it back on him.
Yeah.
Because of the Nyx doing it. Normally it's anti-mage reflecting my stuns back on me. Feels good.
I love it when you sound like a traumatized support player, Kevin. It's just.
Hey,
I feel you, man.
Support player.
I feel you, man.
If you cast a spell and it's Lotus plus Spiked Carapace, you take twice the damage back, right? It gets cast on you, and then
yes,
probably
Yes.
and then the Spiked Carapace will also reflect it.
Yeah, because you'll be affected.
I mean,
by it,
Anti-Mage wasn't missing very much mana, I don't think, so it wasn't a huge deal. But
do you guys think AM goes Mana Void here, or the 25% extra magic resist? I feel like the magic resist is mega value.
Magic.
It is.
If there was a game for it, this would be that game.
Yeah. He's gonna have.
Isn't that the more common talent? The magic resist.
Yeah.
Is Ember Spirit the best Ags in Dota?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
I think I agree.
This is the timing for Aster. It doesn't get much better than this. Even though it's just CAK lead, it's all about the effective net worth. Can you check out current gold right now, base kip?
Build that Daedalus.
Yeah,
power spike.
this is why. You've got everything spent on AM Ember. Axe, you've got a bit, sure, but he's got Blink Blade Mail, BKB Gem. He's ready to go. And yeah, sure, you've got buyback save now on your Morph and your Lesh, but it's just not enough. And I like this. Eve is switching up to a BKB. I think that's necessary. He just can't commit properly to fights without one. They need a really nice wall onto the AM and another 5 to 10 minutes, but I don't see Aster giving that to them.
But the BKB, that again, you were talking about the importance of him having MKB at least eventually against this Anti-Mage, that it increases the window in which the Morph can't directly threaten the AM.
It's true.
Oh, can they find this? All right, quick D-ward up on the high ground, and they've also got the call onto the Nyx Assassin. Follow-up damage, Anti-Mage a little bit trapped up on the cliff, but he just tops down, kills off the Leshrac, nice and easy. James also going to get dunked in the back lines. Eve did go in, but he's losing a little bit of mana. He's got the Ember form to hide in, but looks like he has been taunted. XXS waiting for him. He's out of mana, the Mana Void coming through. It cleans up the AA as collateral, but the Morphling is still surviving. Eve's not dead yet. XM bought back into this game, and they're now looking for Cheon. They get him, and CDEC turn this around. Double kill for 1, 2, 3.
I have no idea how they won that fight. It looks so bad. They lost so many heroes repeatedly, and then Morphling completely got mana drain, bought time, and all of a sudden there's more heroes there, and they get cleaned.
It just feels like the story of Pro Dota this season is buybacks, and specifically buybacks in these mid and late mid game windows. You know, we're used to in Dota talking about the 45 to 50 minute buybacks deciding games, and it feels like this season, it's the teams that use mid-game buybacks the best.
You consider 37 minutes the mid-game?
That's fair enough. It's sort of the tail end of the mid-game. In this game, it's the late game for sure. But
I was giving you a hard time.
Like 38 minutes was the average match time at the major. So yeah.
Well, you haven't seen much of this qualifier, but these games have really dragged on, and I think a lot of that is teams just playing very cautiously. Oh,
James is running in. Want something here that is a Yules on the Mud Golem. Not probably what they were hoping for. And over here, actually, Shadow Shaman getting caught out inside of the trees. Kama just focusing over onto the electric with a force staff him up onto the high ground. He chases, but now he's trapped inside the trees himself. Kama, all right, Blink gets himself out of there. That is a dieback on the Lesh.
No.
Down for 100 seconds.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, the AM's blinking backwards there. He had no BKB, I suppose, but Axe was there with the Blink taunt ready. And Ember was respawning. A big reason the fight went so poorly after the buyback was because Ember had used all 5 remnants. And as soon as you're out of those, you can't abuse the mobility. I'd like to see Aster just abuse their skirmishing potential. Just find kills, especially on this Nyx assassin who's still constantly trying to hunt invis. Control the map, kill these wards, take map control, and then you can abuse your reach.
All right, sizing up maybe another fight. They are going to jump in onto the Morphling. Can they focus him down? He's still pretty tanky. Force staff him outside of the Skywrath damage, but they go for the backlines instead. Darkseer is the target. 1, 2, 3, just going to get focused down. Cheon jumping in there. On the other side, James also isolated from the team. They get one more. Looking like James might just tick out here. Can you get the blink away? No.
And Darkseer has buyback, but your AA does not. This is not looking great.
It's just you can't protect your backline, and you don't have true catch on CDC, and Aster's abusing that. It's a big part of the reason the kill disparity is so high this game.
Yeah.
Crazy to me to see a game where Anti-Mage actually looks like the game-winning hero. Often we see it in the draft, and it's like, oh yeah, this looks like a pretty good Anti-Mage game. And to your point, Alan, you're like, oh, well, how many times do we see Anti-Mage just not have a game? But the other heroes played really well, Axe and Ember rotating around. And he had a really
people focus on the Battle Fury timing, but it really, what it is the Battle Fury tower differential. How many towers have you lost by the time that Battle Fury is complete? In this game, the first time the Lesh goes to Edict to tower, he just gets blown the hell up by that Skywrath combo, and CDC just didn't seem interested in pressuring the lanes at any point after that.
That's a good point. That happened a lot last night too. With we saw it with Death Prophets as well. It's like Death Prophet and Lesh are kind of interchangeable in that they can just show up at a lane early, and if they get maybe one pick off, or if they show up very briefly, they blow the tower up. But having the Skywrath Mage get that fast 6 with the Sleight of Chains, it's like the Leshrac just didn't have the opportunity to survive and push, and then it's like their whole game tempo was just destroyed as a result of that one kill.
Yeah, I just don't know how you. What do you do?
There's no way back in for CDC. They still haven't lost the lane of Rax.
They need to capitalize on a mistake, but Aster, they can make so many and still be in a fine position just because there's no real. I want to bring up, Q's done a great job. You'll watch him. He saves his hex, and he's just getting the AM illusion. Every time there's a wall down, he makes sure that there's no way that the AM is actually acting against him. It's a very important role in this game.
Because that's really that's one of the win conditions for CDC right now, is to get that big wall combo with the AM illusion contributing damage, because they just don't have the raw damage output.
And if you're
seeing a lot of these
if you drain his mana, like AM is a vastly different hero. If he can't blink, like, was it 1500 range every 3.5 seconds?
All right, they got a little bit of vision here. Aster kind of going for a smoke. Roshan's going to be up.
By the way, I love that Gem is back. I was very sad that Gem went away for a while with unlimited 6-minute sentries. I think it's super cool that Gem is back. It's always something we talk about.
On the Anti-Mage, but they do have the Glimmer Cape for him. Morphling is going to get taunted. He's not morphing strength. He's taking a lot of damage, but he did get the BKB off. One more bash from Comet. Just core BKBs traded. Maboka and Q look for an angle into the fight, but they don't find it, and they will just be forced to retreat. XM suspects that there might still be a Shadow Shaman here. Did he see that? Well, he knew, but didn't. He doubted himself, maybe?
He might have been looking somewhere else. I don't think he was going to be able to get it.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about one more Roche fight here, and that's the game?
No, it's going to be another 18 minutes.
Look, look, if this game continues, there's a point, level 25 morph with another item. You're equal to the AM. And this is where it starts to get scary for Aster. They want to fight now.
All right. Well, CDC, they're in the pit. Ember Eggs just scouting, but they actually have the Anti-Mage over at bottom. They're losing one here. Ancient Apparition just barely surviving Q, going to try and keep them here with the Mass Serpent Wards, but this is all just space for Anti-Mage. Kama going in there, even XM trying to find an opportunity to back out and maybe go for a TP, but AM just takes the free damage on the bottom tower.
But they've already killed a tier 3. You know, this damage is nice, but it's not
strategically significant.
Exactly. Wow, yeah.
No, it's just weird, right? We talk about each of these individual decisions in the fights by Aster, okay? And every time you can rationalize, okay, here's why they backed off. Okay, AM was in danger. Okay, here's why they were conservative this time.
But when does it become too much?
But yeah, the fact is, at some point to win a Dota game, you got to take a risk.
And a calculated risk. Could you explain risk? Because I believe that's a big part of economic theory, and I think our viewers at home would appreciate that lesson as we wait for this Roche fight to commence.
Alan, is it risky to have unprotected sex?
What the
Yo, I don't know what changed.
This isn't a laughing matter, Alan.
We had a lot more fun last night. We're talking about Dota way too much right now. That's all I want to say.
You can see Kevin's like his body language right now.
I've been trying real hard. I'm like, guys, let's have some more jokes.
You know, it's bad if Kevin.
Kyle's trying to show off for
now
Nahaz,
talk about
obviously.
risk. Nahaz.
No,
Nahaz
dude,
is
hey,
here.
I want to.
That's the difference.
No,
that's the
no,
only thing I can
Kevin.
point
Let's
to.
talk about unprotected sex. God, what the hell?
It's not a way
We're
weirder
not
when you talk
talking about it. He's asking if there's risk and how risky it would be and whether or not it's a good decision.
Golly.
All right, Anti-Mage.
This is what the kids nowadays want to hear.
We're about to have the no.
I just turned 27.
All right,
I'm a dinosaur.
All right, we got the no boot 6 slot. We got the double damage on Anti-Mage. If there was ever a time to make something happen, it has to be this for Aster. They've got the Shadow Blade on the axe. They're scouting for something. What can they find? They jump in. They do get a taunt over on the Nyx Assassin. Once again, James is the one who gets caught first, but Chion's going for the backlines instead. They find the Darkseer. They focus him first. Morphling protected a little bit by the Ice Blast. Still fairly tanky. Does manage to waveform away, but Kama is still hot on his heels. And Morphling pops the BKB. That's just to get out of here. He does have the Ember form.
I love the way they're playing this game. You know, the axe initiates, but instead of going for that target, Aster's AM Ember just immediately jump the back line. You know there's going to be a Darkseer in the vicinity, and they're just outplaying C-Deck right now.
Show me buyback status for a second. Do Morph and Lesh have buy?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you show the items as well to the stream? I wanted to bring up a couple.
You want this?
Yeah. I really like the Skyrath's decision to get Vlad's. But when you don't have lifesteal on the AM, someone's got to buy it, and there really weren't any better options. I also like the Leshrac getting an Aeon Disc, but problem is that he's so countered in this game that he just can't, like, he's not doing enough damage, right? And he hasn't scaled as well as you would hope.
Yeah.
When Leshracs are winning games, they're at the top of the charts. When you're behind an Ember, it's a very tough game, and you know Chiwan is actually going to finish off a Hex right about now. It appears might save buyback. They are threatened by a ton of base damage in the event they were to lose an engagement.
I like the Hex buy. I feel like there's just so many defensive items that
blink
Ember
forward,
buys
just go for the AA, clean him up. There's a little bit of chain stun, but XXS is here to help him out. They do have the follow-up stun. Kama in some danger. Once again, losing the Aegis. Going to put that BKB in. XM charging forward. They bring down the axe. Anti-Mage inside of the base. Are we going to see another Rax defended successfully here by CDEC? Oh, the snakes. Okay,
they're not hitting. They didn't hit the snakes, though. You gotta hit the snakes. Didn't they watch Chamber of Secrets?
Oh. Anti-Mage lost that Aegis, surprisingly.
They only hit that snake one time. Let's be real, dude. I think.
Oh, man.
Can't remember how they...
It just makes me feel old that the go-to snake reference is now Harry Potter instead of Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I watched that show or the movie when I was really young, so I feel your pain, but I didn't relate to it.
He didn't kill the snakes, though. There wasn't a plot point to kill the snakes. It was just that he was afraid of them.
It was like the most mainstream snake reference, basically.
We have the Hex on this Ember.
Snakes on a plane?
They're rallying behind their Morphling.
An American classic.
Only
one of the
Samuel
best 5
Jackson
movies of all time.
can do a movie like that with a straight face and still be cool.
You know, Sam is the highest grossing, I think, actor of all time now.
Really?
Actually, that's not true.
For movies that he's been in?
For for movies that he's been in.
Because the MCU?
Let me see. MCU, let me check.
I mean, he's been in a lot of really iconic movies for literally his entire life.
No,
So,
no. I'm not.
It's Sam Jackson, then Harrison Ford, then Tom Hanks. Then
But I'm saying that the MCU is what would have put him over. I knew it was Ford and Hanks.
Because he's in
and the MCU
for a
is
few
what would have
minutes
put him
for
on,
every
over top.
MCU movie, pretty much.
That's cool, though. I mean,
All right.
That's a good point. He's been in them.
Yes. Aster, they are smoking up. They're smoking past their Ember.
He was literally in the last the one before this most recent one.
Yeah.
Right
He's in a lot of Tarantino
Infinity
movies.
War.
What was
Count
it?
it.
dude, it's Nick Fury. It's legit. You don't question Nick Fury.
Yep.
By the way, like, who do I have to suck up to get some of the like liquid branded Marvel merchandise? Oh my god.
Actually,
Looks
yeah,
so
that's
cool.
that's pretty cool.
We only sell out for our Instagrams.
We're fighting
fair
outside of the
enough,
base,
fair enough.
same way that all these fights have started.
No.
It's James dying first. He gets jumped. He buys back immediately. The Ember's in the back lines looking for the Darkseer. Not going to let him get that back wall off. Kama is on the exact same warpath. They're looking for 1, 2, 3, but the Abyssal Blade gets reflected. Anti-Mage getting auto-attacked down by Eve. Can they actually finish this Darkseer? He's still got a decent amount of mana, and Anti-Mage is forced to back away into the
God.
river. On the other side of the fight, they did isolate and bring down XM. No buyback for him. Shackle onto James. This is his second life for the fight, so once he's out, he's done. The Force Staff does save him for a little bit longer, but the Anti-Mage cleans him up. 1, 2, 3. Finally gets the wall illusion, but they can't actually finish it. Ancient Apparition chased down to the backlines by the Ember Spirit. He's almost dead. Cold Feet, not going to catch him. Where's the Morphling? He did actually die in the midst of all this. He's now bought back.
Yeah, we forgot a big.
God, look at that AM illusion, by the way. Look at what it cost them to kill that.
We forgot he was Mace Windu, dudes. That's a huge franchise.
Yeah,
Forgot
I
about
didn't
that one.
forget. I mean, again, you are. Who but Samuel L. Jackson could make a purple lightsaber look that cool? I'm sorry, there is no one else.
I think Brian Banana Slam Jam Caravan could, but he just wasn't old enough at the time to play the character.
Could have played one of the younglings, probably.
That's true. Would have fit his character type as well.
Okay.
So he could have been brutally slaughtered by Anakin?
I think he would, yeah. That
50 seconds to wall. Is this just Megas, folks?
it's at least one Rax.
They do have Glyph on the Radiant side, so maybe can't get the very last lane. 25 seconds to the Leshrac, 25 seconds to the AA. But Kama really wants this.
I mean, the question is, how do you take the fight once you respawn?
Yeah, I think even the wall being on cooldown for a while is the big problem.
Yep.
Morphling does have this MKB looking pretty stacked. Can they actually close this out? They're going to jump in. They do get the stun. Can they bring him down? Eve managed to dodge out of the way of the taunt. Nicely done, but they do immediately lose the Nyx Assassin. And once again, they find the Darkseer chain bashed into Oblivion on the back lines. They get the Hex onto the Skywrath Mage, looking to follow it up. Leshrac is here with the control, and they bring down Sky, looking to chase Aster outside of the base. Q does get the TP, and this lane of Rack survives, so the tier 3 not quite so lucky.
Poor James, his life expectancy in fights this games has been like less than a second.
He has to be the one to go and scout on the front line. So
Kyle's
nobody else
point
can
about
do
lack of initiation.
Speaking of life expectancy, Alan, what do you think yours is?
Well,
Try not to think about it.
every day I cast with you, Kyle, takes a couple days off it. So
Oh, just only days.
yeah, maybe
Not
more.
months, yeah.
I don't know.
And they committed really hard on the aim in the top fight too. The Morphling committed both waveforms trying to kill him, but they just had issues disabling him. But they're considering how far behind they are in net worth, they're actually making this look kind of close. For a 51-minute game, 11 to 33.
Yeah, Anti-Mage has 46.6.
He's 20K up on the next closest hero.
In fairness,
It's
I mean,
ludicrous.
in fairness, look at his backpack. Like,
Actually 9-slotted.
yeah, and another 7.5K.
Wait.
You guys want to talk about effective net worth?
Where's this asshole's Aghanim Scepter? What is he doing?
Oh, that's true. It's a good point. He should synth up.
He ate a shard,
Synth
right?
up.
But he
Yes.
didn't eat
Ditch
it.
these power
and he's got
stats,
another
man.
7K gold.
What are these doing for you at this point?
Bro, spending. Come on. There's not a lot of circumstances we get to see this.
I'm disappointed.
What's insane is that currently
His buyback is expensive, friends. It is a
I was about to say.
It's a 3.7K buyback.
He loses
What happens when you got 50K net worth?
1175 on death as well.
But if you
boy.
bought an Ags, his buyback cost would decrease too, right?
That's true.
Wow.
It's like writing things off on your taxes.
does the buff not count towards your net worth? I guess not.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, should.
All right,
I
you're
think
probably
they
right.
fixed that.
What
Is
if
it?
you just
I don't know.
don't tell the IRS
Kevin,
about it?
are you okay? You're wrong about
wait a minute.
mechanics.
I
You're
should-
trying to have
wait,
fun.
wait, guys! 2 double damages. What if they stacked?
Oh my god.
That's why they call it double damage.
Then it could spawn out.
Quadruple damage?
Then you could have multiple DD runes spawn outside the Roche pit and
I was
kill
gonna say,
I was just gonna ask that.
I was like,
Alan, how do you feel about DDs in the road?
hey guys, you want a 2-minute break?
I knew it was coming.
No, but seriously, what do you think about DDs working on Roche and buildings? No, I'm curious.
You want me to elaborate?
I would love for you to elaborate. We have a lot of time here in this game.
I think it is ridiculous that you have professional games potentially decided by double damage runes spawning outside the Roche pit, especially now that you can have Roshans done at the 30-40 minute mark that are giving away ags, that are giving away refresher shards.
Isn't managing the rune randomness in the game part of the skill of Dota?
Yeah, totally. 10% chance for it to spawn.
They said that about Artifact as well, actually. That was my argument.
Ouch.
You can manage the RNG, you know. Everybody was mad about the RNG.
Huh.
Same argument, you know.
Okay.
I love
I
how
would just
somebody
argue
brings up Artifact and
everything dies. Everyone's like, I don't care. But there's very little RNG in Dota, though.
CDC trying to fight on their vision.
I'm semi-okay with it.
Couple of pings coming out X6. Actually, really good vision here for CDEC. Kama, really good counterspell, gonna reflect that hex right back, and out they go.
I just think it's indicative, right? What you saw just a moment ago. I mean, you have a 9-slotted AM, and one of those slots is dedicated to a bottle of DD rune because it's just that, it's that game changing, right?
Yep, it represents a lot of damage for sure.
2/3 of a rapier.
Yep.
I really want to see this Ag synth. We're at a point where he does almost have the gold to maintain buyback as well. And this, I will say, to me, Aster's played great, but the way they're closing this game does not bode well for them, in my opinion.
No.
And I think that especially when you get to the playoffs, the NA guys are talking about Vega, how they can do great in groups, and playoffs is a different beast. I just think that this is far too passive.
I don't think you could possibly. I think this is terrible Dota. Honestly,
Jeez.
It's making
Jumping around. They've got the Shadow Shaman. Q has been caught out. They've got a dust for him this time around. Lushrak caught out, but he's got the Aeon Disc, the Force Staff, keeping him alive, but he is getting bashed. Couldn't get the BKB off. Does have a buyback. Can he get back in here? Nyx Assassin also dead. Where is this Morphling? He's entering the fight as the Ember Spirit.
It's like...
And Roshan's
like your 3 through 5 are XXS, Boca, and Q, right? I mean, dude, these guys can play. Like, what are you doing sitting back?
Look, check out current gold for a second as well. I know that this gold net worth lead is huge, right? But 20...
a lot of it just sitting in inventory.
But it was 20k of that 30. And the 10k gold lead,
jump
51
in,
minutes.
call.
Nothing.
They've got the Darks here. Can they actually save him? No. Dead for 105. He does jump forward. He immediately takes out the Shadow Shaman. They've got a Lincolns on him, so double Lincolns. Helping to protect him.
And that hero is the only one on the dire side with no buyback. That's a huge kill. And it ensures that you're still going to buy yet more time. And the danger, you know, I always love to quote Dendy when we get to this point. You know, my one of my favorite Dota players discussed all the time about how Dota in the late game wasn't real. Do you hex first, or did you not? Did you kill him? Was there a DD? Like, the way you can methodically win a game is no longer viable. It just comes down to chaos.
Yeah.
And you don't want
some guy can randomly get one shot and just lose the game.
You don't want to leave it up to just chance in this sort of stage. Yeah, you've got a huge lead as Aster, but you know, you haven't secured the game by any means.
It's ready.
Happening status. Anti-Mage has finished farming.
Break it down, Basecamp.
Right.
What does this baby do?
So it gives him a longer stun. It's kind of like Reaper's Scythe on the Mana Void. If he dies in that stun, then your longest cooldown ability is on cooldown for 70 seconds longer when you respawn. Right?
Darkseer's wall is going on cooldown, baby.
Oh, Nyx Assassin.
Okay,
I think he also gets kill credit, right? If it's during the stun, same way as... Oh, Lord. All right. Well, that's 5 remnants. You want 5 more? There's the Refresher Shard. Kill off 2. They're coming in looking for this final lane of barracks. Eve is going to turn around with the auto attacks onto Kama. He is going to give this Morphling with BKB a little bit of respect and back himself out of there. But the Ember still just harassing. Being a nuisance, James tried with the spiked carpet. Not going to find him. Jump in. They're looking for the Morphling. Do they have the damage? They do. And he is down for 125 seconds. That might just be the game. Amber in the backlines forces out the Yules. XM in the
AM
front. Yeah, where is AM actually? Oh, he's
my
not full
God.
HP.
He's
So
TP
Oh,
out.
Alright, heal.
Oh my God.
BOT,
Of course.
Heal BOT2.
Morph will not have gold for buyback, however, so this
No,
is still
he's
probably
300
the
short.
game,
He goes
assuming
to
they
push
enter
mid.
the base.
Yeah, they have full 100 seconds.
They are so careful.
Oh my
But
God.
God, I mean, sell out, get the mega creeps.
I just thought it was like, I thought he would just stay, and just slap the building.
Who's gonna kill him with the Morphling dead?
I just,
And even if they do, you have buyback.
Maybe he thinks. I guess he's thinking that Morphling has buy. Morphling should have buy at this point, but still, it is a little bit absurd. We got the Abyssal Blade
There
onto
we
the Ancient
go.
Apparition. He walks into the wall. They do have this illusion. Vacuum on 3. Nyx Assassin is getting locked down. Mystic Flare is going to bring him out of this fight. XM and the Darkseer, all that they've got left to hold on. XM desperately buying any item that he can to take this final fight, but there is finally the GG called. It was an excruciating 58 minutes.
did I tell you, Nahaz, or did I tell you?
You did tell me.
I said 8 more minutes. I was wrong. It was 16. AM died 0
these
times.
Players
and it was
are too good to play Dota this
It was
way.
a 58-minute game. He died 0 times. How in the hell does that happen? But they got
is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Tower is under attack. Radiant structures. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
刚被修的话，在出了敌之前。
Ничего не получили. Там такой контракт был у ребят, что они
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Has been killed. Dire's top shrine is under seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Newbees turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Newbee's turn to pick. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to
Welcome to Space Hub. We've got more China qualifier action coming your way for day number 2. Yeah, we're gonna try again. Yeah, we got a draft already. It's EHome versus Newbee. A little bit of an interesting opening. We get Tiny Oracle on the side of EHome.
And also a new segment we're going to be doing here is after we come back from the break, I'm going to go over my favorite quip from the chat that we witnessed while we were off for that 5 minutes. And it was, wow, BTS should really put Kyle in the house when they're on stream and then turn that stream off. I thought that was quality.
I kind of liked, I saw a BSJ plus Kyle equals base cap. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's true. I can see it.
Yeah?
I mean, me and BSJ
By your powers
do have 4
combined.
children.
Or you can just take like BSJ's glasses and get to Kyle and it'd be base skip,
It's true.
basically. Base skiply.
Oh my God, you look like Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters right now, so much.
Give me a few more years and I'll just look like Nahaz. I'm on my way.
I know, you got the gray going, man.
Yeah.
remaining.
It gets real.
Also, shout out
It's going real fast.
shout out to LG and Kyle guy who, you know, not at the hub, but in spirit. And
What?
What?
How
They're
did
in chat. They're watching.
all right,
they're watching.
all right.
Oh, hey,
All right.
what's up?
Yeah.
I thought you were like saying like they're lazy,
guys?
dude. They're not even working.
I mean, I didn't want to say it. If I'm not going to disagree with Kevin.
Chat in chat once every 3 hours. It makes people feel like they're actually working.
I mean, it's the same way you tune in on this panel once every 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, it's way later than that. It's like once every 7, dude.
If I could take over the draft for Newbee right now, I really, yes, they would. Because I really want to see Tinker Grimstroke. I want to see. So S-C was one of the better.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, excuse me, Alan.
Hero sucks.
What?
Tinker Grimstroke, man. You build like this ridiculous amount of damage items, single target damage items, and
Would you like
hexes
to know
and
the one hero not picked during Epicenter and the Epicenter qualifier?
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Kyle, fine. Just
The one hero.
all over my part.
Like 15 plus heroes. There's one not picked.
You do realize that I am familiar with those stats. Maybe.
Are you sure?
What's your
It
other-
sounds to me like you want to see
What other
arguably the most unlikely
Grimstrokes
thing.
do you like? What else do you like? What do you like with the Soul Vine?
Yeah.
What are the combos? Fade Bolt's pretty cool. Any, like Fade Bolt, Ether Shock, any of these things where you get big value out of doubling it.
I mean, I think the big things I like to see with Grimstroke are the heroes that not only have the spell to go with it, but make a really good dual lane with it.
That's true.
And that's to me, you're destroying
So
everything.
literally any hero.
No, dude. I mean, Sven is the obvious one that we started with the Grimstroke Sven lanes, but
It's not flashy necessarily.
Oh.
yeah, baby.
This is by the way, this is a huge game for EHome. They're currently 2-3.
Oh,
Yeah.
You consider
They wouldn't be eliminated, would they?
no, but this is
Cut off is looking like it might be.
3-1, 3-2, 3-2, 2-3-2. That's currently the 5 teams ahead of them. So if you lose this game and you go to 2-4, you're in a lot of trouble.
You need at least
A lot of other
you need
people
at least
control
3
your
wins,
destiny.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're realistically going to need at least 4 wins just because so many teams already have 3.
A lot of teams still have multiple games to
Yeah,
play.
we're definitely coming down to
IG still
tiebreakers.
have 3 more games or whatever.
It certainly could be it does feel like tiebreakers are somewhat likely here.
This makes a
Alright.
lot more sense.
It could happen. We'll see. I guess we still got a couple of rounds left.
So,
IG would be 4-1, EHome Serious would be 1-5 after it updates.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah.
Serious out, right? That's,
they're done.
They're done. Mathematically eliminated.
that will be a filled-in red bar momentarily here.
Yeah.
And that is
Ooh,
a
Medusa.
pick that I don't think that there's a pick that EHome have that can deal with Medusa.
I mean, Clinks can be okay. Like, he could build a Fusel Blade. Not that his, like, skeleton dudes can drain themselves, but I mean, Clinks has been kind of like a pub hero. He's not like the most busted thing, but people have been experimenting and playing with him a lot, so I have some faith in the hero.
I love the idea of him, but the skeleton army needs to actually... It doesn't scale with his damage, right?
It does.
Okay.
Only with his base damage.
Only with his base. If it's scaled, if it's scaled with his bonus damage, I think it
But
would
the
be,
new build
it would
is
be
just
much
people
better.
just got like medallion, diffusal, ags kind of a thing, and then like refresher.
Yeah.
People just build around the Aghanim Scepter and
Skelly
the
Bro
ulti.
Dota.
And the other thing is that hitting 25, you get split shot. So
Yeah.
not only do you shoot 2 Syrian arrow targets, every single one of your skeletons.
He's
and
a
that's where
very
shit gets
different hero
ridiculous.
now, but I think he's pretty good. I like the
Yeah.
Clinks, especially this game, because with the Ag Stallion, he can kill the support on Newbee no problem.
Could we see skeleton versus skeleton? Could be a
Skeleton power.
skeleton versus skeleton.
Yeah, potentially. I love aura carrying heroes with the Dusa. Anything that acts as like a net worth multiplier for the Dusa. You put a solar crest on her, you know, Vlad's aura for her.
God, how did that hero get the 5th in the draft?
I don't know. Dusa and Sven.
I don't
Sven's
know
gonna have
about
to
that.
play like he's gonna have to play more utility, right? If you buy Midas on this Sven, I think you're just stepping on your Medusa's toes. Both of them want to just farm the whole map. Both of them want the ancient camp. One of them can have it. So I think Sven has to like
Like, he should
pull early.
He should try to play kind of like how Mars does, which is like potentially get a blink dagger a little bit earlier and go around fighting
Yeah.
with combo with Grimstroke, and that's going to be good enough for him to secure kills and not feel like he needed to pick up one more item before doing it. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Is Armlet just a dead item on Sven? Like is Armlet Blink just to build it?
I mean,
again?
how many heroes build over right now?
Hardly any. Lifestealer occasionally.
Two?
If it's To me, the test is always
Lifestealer and Raidmax are the two off the top of my head that's still build armlet. Husker does.
Husker, but Husker's not even that good. Ooh,
Definitely. CK.
What is that, an offlane Clinks, eh?
Arc Warden is like the Dusa answer, right?
Why wouldn't it be like?
It's the
Oh, wow, it's a support Clinks. A 4-position Clinks. Have they run this in the ball?
I think he's going to like.
Interesting.
I do think he's eventually going to leapfrog Faith Beyond this game.
They've EHome has done that earlier this season. They
I think
sort
it's
of
like Faith Beyond gets Blink, he
two,
starts
3.5.
murdering everybody, and then Jinq eventually scales up.
I'm excited now to watch it.
This is a cool draft.
And
I
as he's
believe-
not playing FD.
Definitely something they've scrimmed with, but they have not picked Clinks for their last like 30, 40 days of Dota. In fact, Clinks in the last time they picked it.
So skeletons don't scale with attacks. Do they scale with attack speed? They do with your strafe, right?
Is this Arc Warden pick really that good though?
They don't scale on attack speed, no.
No. So, but if you bubble them, it doesn't affect it.
I don't believe so. They're
probably
static.
not, right?
It's like static attack speed.
Okay.
It depends on how you level. Like every level will increase it a little bit, I think. But
Yeah. So they have a set base time, and then they benefit from strafe, and that's like it.
I don't think they benefit from strafe.
Do they not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. That's,
They have a
actually,
set
yeah, they
attack
don't.
time.
They don't. You're right.
Their benefit
You're right.
is you get more range on them, so that they can attack
I'm
more
wrong.
often.
Yeah.
And you can increase your base damage, get more Searing Arrows levels.
I'll look that up because I won't be 100% sure about that. I think you're right, Kevin, but
No, I think he's right.
If they scaled the strafe, it'd be busted.
Crazy. He would attack so fast.
It'd be really good.
that's the problem is that I see Clinks in the rare probably plays that I watch where I see Clinks get ahead. The skeletons don't feel like they do that much more.
They don't go crazy.
Because Clinks is not a natural stat item builder.
And really, his base strength game is what?
That was
6,000 on Rubik.
No, that was his win-loss across all time. That's every Dota game he's ever played. He's like 3,600, 27.
Hit the button.
Get that button. Get us in there, baby.
1.5 to 2.3.
We in there.
Them some odds.
So
Who was the 2.3?
EHome with 2.3.
Yeah, EHome is, to me, they've got to be up there on the list of most disappointing team this season. I think they were playing so well around the time of the Bucharest Minor going into CQ.
Done.
Oh, did they just get faked out?
This was the team that was top set
They got
CQ and then
faked
did
out.
nothing.
That's well, they made roster changes, right?
Yeah.
Guys, Innocence just mind games, guys.
Oh, the wasted award.
Yeah, he walked up here. He thought that he'd put the ob on this side, put down a sentry, and it's actually over here.
That's like
Got him. That's like try hard pub bats as well. There's always that one mid player who like runs into vision and backs off, and he's unbackpacked one item as well. And
So I think what EHome's doing here is the way that the Clinks 4 is going to work is they recently reduced the amount of mana that it takes to throw Searing Arrows. It's 6 now instead of 12. So with like one mango, he doesn't even have a mango. He can literally sit in lane and just spam arrows and like harass the shit out of the carry and the support. So I think he's just going to stand there while Tiny last hits and just super zone.
okay, so they always the attack rate is the same at all levels at some points.
that like felt like a mini purge patch notes right there. Like the endorphins are going. I love it.
Okay, so Newbee is going aggro. They're leaving their Mars in the safe lane. Kind of like this idea.
He will use his shield to protect against
To protect
arrows.
himself, yes.
Playing enough more how to know what to do.
The Searing Arrow damage gets added into his...
I tried it.
Is it just one instance? I'm just wondering how it interacts with the Bulwark. Does the Bulwark block part of the Searing Arrow damage, or does it just block his base attack damage, and then he takes the full Searing Arrow damage?
It just adds it to your damage, I believe.
Okay.
It's just an instance. And he doesn't aggro because he's just doing the hockey left click abuse, which means it's not a right click, which means creeps are very confused. And
Good old orb walking.
Yep.
Still a thing.
All right. So mid lane is going to be Arc Warden versus Dusa. Seems like a farm fest. Got this weird. We didn't even really talk about this. We got the Death Prophet heading to the safe lane this game because of the Arc Warden pick.
Do you ever have that feeling where like there's a book or a movie that was so good that like you wish you could see it again for the first time?
Yes.
Interstellar.
That's how I feel about orb walking. is like
What?
I remember
What?
when I was learning Dota,
It blew
and
your
I
mind.
first realized that you could do it just felt so fun
'Cause it's-
that I could just go click that guy. There's nothing you can do. I just remember that it just felt, being so annoying and looking.
Innocence, they're looking for him. They don't quite get the body block, but they got a lot of stuns. They do get the lift level 1 for this Rubik. It is going to secure the kill. Fender grabs first blood.
I kind of felt that way about animation canceling and stuff. It's
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a period of games in like, I don't know, like early 2000s where games still had like bugs and people would figure them out basically and then abuse them to increase your skill
And
level.
it just felt so rewarding.
Yeah, because it was like another deep level, and that's definitely one of the things that was cool about Dota.
There has never been there have been a lot of great games played and a lot that I've loved in the last couple of years, but like playing Invoker and Dota is the most fun I've had in video gaming, and I think that will be true.
Are you a
until I
high
die.
level for the kid Invoker persona?
Oh no, I'm going to be nowhere near, but I probably am I'm probably
Oh, never. Oh, they're building up this Inkswell on both heroes, but Fate's Edict is helping out a little bit, blocking a lot of that damage. They still got the lift back though, and looks like it is going to be a kill.
And look, this is one of the big. Switching back to Dota for a minute, this is one of the big differences. EHome, when they were on the season, they were the most dynamic laning team in the game. They were the one like forcing these lane swaps, bringing back these semi-tri lanes. It was constantly a guessing game in the game. And you watch this team over the last months, and at Kyle's point, the roster changes certainly have a part in this, but they're just they're flat. There's no life to the early game.
Yeah, they're just chilling in dual lanes at the moment. Do you guys think that Faith Beyond can pop off this game? There's anyone that I still that I still believe in on this team? It's Faith Beyond.
He looked like the best offlaner in the game for a period.
He has a sturdy back, that is for sure.
Oh man. And it's not. And the thing is, when he was carrying these games, when we're talking about these ridiculous, like octa-record tiny shit. It's not. He actually didn't have like that much farm in these games. I mean, it's not like he was taking all these resources off the map. He was creating space.
Do you really create space? I feel like
in
it's
fact,
sort of like the mass energy constant, right?
God.
You create space, but you also,
Your physics knowledge.
I was, wait, I, I,
go all,
to chime in.
I was waiting for you to go all Neil deGrasse Tyson on me, but you disappointed.
I was trying to think of like if you're creating space, like what's the counteraction? I couldn't think of like what it would be.
Oh,
Like,
all right, Innocent's gonna disarm the Rubik.
I get paid. I get paid to do math.
creeps sort of spawn out of everything. So,
Oh,
like, I don't
use
know.
one.
Or spiders if it's
Or Distal.
Mother.
yeah. They still got charges. I think he might be dead though. They just have to auto attack him down. They don't have anything else.
Making them work for you.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's so many particles on screen with those 3 units. It was kind of crazy. Got these like flower droplets and.
Oh yeah,
That has actually become.
he's got the thing. He's got the cosmically rare under your hero.
That has
Whatever.
become a problem for me playing Dota. It's so.
Visually very busy.
It's very. Yeah.
Team fights just crazy. There's
much more than what
It's frustrating too because that was that's why I love Dota the most out of all the modes, because every spell has a unique sound, so you can audibly and visually recognize what's happening.
Yes.
But I hate animations have changed.
Yes.
I hate that auto attacks are now all purple orbs.
Yeah,
and
those are annoying.
it's like, come on, this is
because here's the thing, right? Relative to other games in the genre, spells in Dota are more significant strategically. And
we have the
being
best
able
stuns of any game.
and
that's
being
for sure.
able to use them at the right time. It's not like like League is. It's mostly about skill shots, but it's mostly about timing and strategy and understanding target prioritization and positioning. And when the particle effects are interfering with your ability to perceive that part of the game, that's what really it frustrates me a little. It does. Even though they're cool, just a little bit. Oh, I'm not gonna get bent out of shape. I'm having a good time. You're not getting me mad.
There are some really cool hats in the game as well, but when everything is layered on top of each other, and the pro players also have some of the bugged cosmetics where they've got. Like,
how are people
effects.
that create these? Like a Nuxie is like
Is Allen dead? Trying for the TP out.
These guys have to create. It's
crazy. You know what's crazy is that when you lower the supply for something like art, you actually lower the demand as well because there's less of it. Right, Alan?
He's really trying here. It's cute.
What he said was wrong, correct?
It's like, oh, yeah.
Okay, wanted to make sure.
I mean, it's like we're like watching Kyle try to get a date to prom here. He's trying really hard.
Miserably.
The outcome, we all know.
It's like you were homeschooled.
I wasn't homeschooled
on a nice purge.
Senior year.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my bad.
Yeah. I will say though, you know, if you learn anything from boys and girls at home, don't show up to your first day of 8th grade in bright orange short shorts. That's for sure. Don't do that.
You should wear them to TI now.
Life advice.
Well, dude, I'm a lot more comfortable nowadays, so I'd probably be okay with it. But you know, confidence and you do something real dumb, there's no coming back.
You gotta own it.
But yeah, it's a long story. Let's not get into it, okay? We relive the dark days.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about your short shorts.
Rotation bottom, they just send down the arc ward double. They are looking for this kill on Fenrir. They get him. Now Gia also locked down, gets the stun. Try for the TP. Can he get out of here?
That was
Nice.
the right target.
Very nice.
Because that was the next year that had an actual finished nuke. That's
Meanwhile, the Dota is just climbing the charts.
This is the SCCC Deuce as well.
And they're giving mid to
one.
Ruben for a little bit, so he's going to get some nice levels.
Fabian, though, if I were EHome and I was in a must-win game of Dota 2, I'm very confident if my tiny on my TI winner.
Just getting a quad stack here?
Maybe next time.
so many people there.
Yeah, that's
So what, this is triple, nothing, triple.
Not bad.
GQ is just going stats and then into Dragon Knights. It's so good with the clinks.
I think when I first tried him a few times, this Phillies probably like the medallion Diesel Blade thing. I think, but somebody told me to go just like Dragonlance Axe, and it actually works just fine.
Never ends. Can they bring him down? It's a lot of damage. A few more auto attacks, and a YT will grab it.
This is such a strong lane. And, you know, DP is not one of those heroes that can come back. You're a snowball.
But they want the double damage.
And this is the problem with the support is that you have absolutely no defense options for
no peel.
Gotta kill him.
Yeah,
Fast. As my lane partners don't always do. I get on there like, they just run away.
You're dead.
I'm like, please, start auto-attacking. Help me. Maybe we get a trade. Cast the spell.
Press your abilities.
Or is this just a casual crown?
I think it might just be a casual crown. Winning crown. Get those stats. Mars has Zoran. His game has not been very great. He is bottom 3 net worth, but I think they willingly sacrificed him this game, knowing that the hero can kind of catch up a little bit. He doesn't really need too many items to be effective. He might be dead again. He's TPing into trying to but he's only level 4. Faith Beyond, instant combo. Goodbye.
You said though, but can he really catch up in this game? This is gonna be a defense.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Sven's not going for my by the way. Just gonna go Saber.
At the end of the day, it comes down to Arc Warden level 25. Good plan for us this hero.
Great.
And that's where you win this game. But till that point, I think we've favored Newbee.
I think the game is going to be over for them.
But just don't forget Arc Warden level 25. That is that's something.
Well, no one's not going to forget it again.
Newbee are winning before Arc Warden gets anywhere.
I think Newbee. Well, the way this game is going, I think they can have lane around before Arc Warden.
Okay.
Before Arc Warden is 25, and then
Wow, it's crushing odds right now. Actually,
yeah, that's pretty value.
completely counter.
I would actually, again, because of Arc Warden, I'd play bet on EHome at 2.7.
Weren't you guys saying that EHome was doing pretty good? Is that what you were saying, or were you
no.
Are you not listening,
no?
Kevin?
I guess I wasn't. We're talking about the nuke doing well. Okay.
And the Arc comes online. Like 4:30. Entering this game anytime soon. Just it's fine.
Kyle started looking off a little bit and are counting on 25.
I heard that like 8 times, yeah. So that's why I assumed. I think people were talking about EHome so much. Don't know why.
All right, Faith Beyond. Blink
My bad.
Dagger. Let's go. Tiny ganks come in.
I love playing Tiny, like, so
and
good.
they get the ultimate just to make sure.
Like he max avalanche, that's the damage dealer. When somebody's in or tossed, that's the damage that's double. So if you max avalanche, he's gonna do balls damage with the toss combo. He's got blink dagger because he's got a bunch of kills. He's just gonna around wreck face right now.
And it's weird in this game because you've got effectively 4 heroes you can kill with each. And the concern I have with this play, look at the items for you want my mouse in this. He's going rush. He can't because there's dudes in the game. So, but like this is just a utility even not really condition.
Well, that's what we wanted, right? Like we said, having Sven go like Midas with Duto also was gonna be viable.
No, I actually think you go another way though. In some cases, that you get Midas to increase the amount of available resources on the map.
To that argument, kind of like when you get minus because your team's 5-manning, you stay up on experience and stuff like that. It wasn't that long ago the position 3 Sven was very, very popular. So
Bracers were busted, but
yeah, Warcry was much better.
Warcry was a big thing.
Warcry was the spell.
It was the I win button. Well, it's so that was back when you could step like Warcry and Frost Armor and come on.
Lord. I'm so glad Lich is not there anymore.
Can we get a rework of that? Can we get another rework of that hero? Because, yeah.
Like, it feels like he only has one item build, right? You just have to go the Midas like meal.
There's this guy named Thompson,
sequence, right?
There's this guy named Thompson. I can work with you.
I always felt like we should just get those like Blizzard. Don't have that mid-wave match overtime spells. There's like Shrapnel. There's Underlord's Q. Just give
Freeze Field.
they removed it because it was like so.
ultimates.
It was also standard to work with 3 though. Like so
Yeah.
different things were like. What else can we throw from the sky in a small area?
Yeah.
7 waves in a row.
But the thing is, Lich is so old as a hero concept. I feel like you could get away with just something basic.
Mars wanted to come in here and take this fight mid, but EHome the high ground and just take 2 kills. TPing in. They knew what was going on B, but they didn't approach that in the right way at all.
People about to lose their bet money. Beyond not giving this up, Saber with he's gonna garbage attacks.
Alright. You're right, you know, Newbee, I look at the draft and realize, like, wait, they don't have a natural playmaker. And EHome been riding phase beyond hard for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
It's funny though, you say, is it about the draft or how the game's going? Of course, it's all interrelated, but the common denominator in a lot of these drafts that I find us really criticizing is the offlaner just gets crapped on, and all of a sudden, it feels like your team does nothing. Because you're counting on that Darkseer, you're counting on that Mars to fill such a critical role.
Be the playmaker, Donner.
And yeah, I mean, you know, Mars until recently was behind the 4-position clinks at net worth, and yeah, that's a problem.
But that's all because they pulled out a weird meta hero, so from lane face to.
I don't think they saw that coming.
Ooh.
It's a lot of bonus damage.
And it did look like he was going, yeah, Hobart straight into X. This is the way to go. This is the build. You just get faster. Like if you buy mid-lane, it's not that expensive, but it really does slow you down. And you have to put it on the guy that you want to kill, and it more of like it's more straightforward. Have lots of raw HP. Women scaled earlier. You don't have to focus the medallion on one guy. You can just attack, and you can go do your stuff.
Well, and you're not like with the tiny, especially, you don't necessarily have to do all the damage yourself. This isn't like a pub where you need to itemize to just go blow somebody up.
He's not even building the full lance, it looks like.
Yeah, he's built all
he
the
just got 2 bands, and now he's going for.
He's trying to maximize his damage, basically.
Yeah.
Rather than get the extra range.
Well, this is what we talked about.
It's one of those things as a design that you just do all the time.
Damage. They got this kill.
Like one-shot heroes. So when you see a hero, you're like, I might as well have a toss them. It feels good.
Beyond and on the back lines, they will get the turn and kill Rubik. When Newbee 25 is trying to juke him. They haven't realized. Now they see him. Innocence is on top of him, and Owen is dead. Help on the way. Faith one more have a combination.
They all for that. It was a big cooldown.
Yeah.
He's not that tanky, is he?
And these fake plays, right? That you know, you are vulnerable to other areas of the map. Now they were able to make the rotation down there and get something, but
Level 14 in the arc ward. Getting closer,
dude,
to that level 25. It's sort of like
He's just
Jaws,
hitting creep.
right? Because this is the ominous. The music starts, but nothing really happens in 30, 40 minutes from now.
bigger boat.
Indeed. It's a pop movie.
It is. It really. You know, the book is really Peter Benchley.
To your point,
Little cheap fiction, man. The dude could write.
speaking of good books, American Gods. That's what I reading for the first time.
Hey,
It's
you
so
are.
good.
Oh my god.
I haven't read that yet. I'm
Highly recommended.
Anything by the ocean and the land is fantastic. I mean,
And since trees, things on. Oh, and this poor guy just can't get a break. He can't get the blink. He's dead. They just popped Exorcism. They are trying to save this arc warden over here. 430 getting jumped, but he is looking very, very dead. You managed to bring him down. Okay. Sound.
yeah, it is.
Good rotation from Newbee. Have you ever heard sound effects in like other media?
All the time. Strike
Yeah.
disrupt
Constantly.
noises all the
It's the
time.
standard like thunder noise from movies.
Yeah. A lot of like stock effects that have been
It got it from Dota.
this is in Rage. In
Really?
different situations.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not used like in the way that you would expect. But it's like mixed in there. But if you hear it, you'll know. It's very obvious.
Part of me thinks that this conversation's cool. The other part of me worries that this is some sort of sign of a crippling addiction.
I only have,
I mean,
like, 16,000 hours on Dota. Shit
yeah,
like that.
we've been slowly training ourselves to react perfectly to thousands of different situations. So of course we're used to a couple of sound effects, you know?
It's true. I also don't think it's an addiction necessarily. I only spend like, when I was first switching to Dota, I was only spending like 16 hours a day.
You can stop anytime you want to.
Yeah.
Probably played Dota at all while I've been here at the hub, but this is no time. Also, casting Dota all day makes you want to play Dota a little bit, but also it sometimes burns you out.
Yeah.
It's gonna get me is the Underlord's addiction. Oh my god.
I've got you on Steam, right? I see you opening Dota Underlords all the time.
Oh.
So.
It's just so it's revolutionary to have a game that like I can be on and down for a couple minutes when my daughter wants to play and then pick it back up. Yeah. Oh, well, she knows the Dota heroes and she gets so excited when she sees an Underlord.
Hold up, we've got smoke.
Yeah, they've got two blink now, so maybe do have much better tools to be able to jump. This is just double.
I like how both teams are smoking to their own safe lane. Like, if you look, this is the dead part of the map for both sides. There's no tier 1 in the area.
Yep, the dead lane concept.
It's just like, hey, let's, I hate these kind of smokes, although the timing is cool in the sense that it's usually bounties in 15. That's really the play here. So they go to a...
Again,
you're not likely to find a hero there, but you make that smoke move earlier than expected. You find a hero, now you place wards, perhaps you get 3, maybe even 4 bounties with a kill.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, that's why the bounty runes, the 5 bounty runes is like the best change in Dota.
I agree, because there's natural reasons to do things now.
Rewards map. It's just one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things that you're incentivizing people to play the game correctly. You're
And what do
incentivizing
people respond to?
Incentives.
That's right.
Money.
They result too. They were trying to catch his Q, but he was a little weird. All right, he's fine.
So
I think maybe he broke their smoke or something.
We're gonna talk about this Medusa because I think she's a problem, guys.
Definitely.
What's her timing though? So she's going for MKB.
Anytime
Is it
she wants.
Is it a 4 slot?
Like, I don't think I don't think they have anything that can kill her.
Not yet.
Well, not until the Arc Warden comes fully online.
Well, okay.
How does-
25.
He's
all
like he's the theoretical counter, right? That's the kites are around.
just already
Got the bubble.
If she not shields up, she doesn't get blown up by the time combo and clinks anymore, does she?
No, of course not.
It is a lot of damage.
She'd need to be disabled and the clicks will to hit for a while.
I'm just concerned that Newbee's still playing this game too cautiously. Because, like, I know it's like a meme, you know, oh, level 25 Arc Warden, but the way this game's being played, my concern is if you look at the draft, they really would love either Ags or Refresh or Roshan. They've taken so long to force the first Aegis that it will be a level 25 Arc Warden before that third Rosh is objective. I don't think they're ending the game on the second Roshan here. It's so difficult going high ground against an Arc Warden. Also, most annoying thing in the world is that these bubbles, you can't actually counter them around towers unless you stand inside of them. There's no item that allows you to hit objectives through them. It's just
that's
one of those mechanics that's just like ugh.
That's the problem.
Meteor hammer.
And it's what makes
There's no item
rate
pile?
so annoying.
Yeah.
Is that you can't slow siege.
Yes. You put the bubble in a place where you have to stand in the middle of the racks behind the tower. And you just stand right there.
About the only thing you can do is DP, right?
Yes.
Ghost can't miss, but of course she's on Arc Warden's team right now. So
It's true. It's just we'll see.
Oh wow.
That's definitely
All right, he wanted to swap, but bit up a little bit more than he can chew.
got him. But there's 5 newbie heroes here, and it's just we'll see if it's enough. But
there's a
bots,
Dusa and Sven that are both like farming the same unstacked camp.
That's kind of cool that Deuce can just hit the skeletons and still be hitting everybody else.
Yeah, she's got one of the best heroes to deal with them because normally you just don't have the time to actually slap them each twice.
Yeah, but it's not a huge loss to be attacking them as Deuce.
God forbid your like initiators blink past the skeleton army to like go fight, and they're like, "Why don't you back me up, dude?" It's like,
so
can't run through that.
We've been talking over and over again about how EHome are all in on the Arc Warden 25, but the DP does get the early PKB here. This tells me that EHome is looking to force a timing.
I think this is to just keep holding on to the game. I
don't think you go Yule's KB on Death Prophet with.
I think you know that they're gonna come fight you.
No, but
so
yeah,
you need something to fight back.
And you're just trying to fight back.
I think that's they are going to fight, but they're not fighting so that they can win the game now. They're fighting so that they can just keep themselves in the game for the Arc Warden to come online more.
When does it come online?
25, baby.
That's right. Woo!
Oh my God, you're a hero.
Huh?
Don't forget
Somebody just brought Kyle coffee.
Is that good?
I would like some coffee.
It's good for me. I don't know if it's good for you.
Oh, sad. All right.
And he only brought me one sugar because he knows I'm sweet already.
Should look that one up on the internet. Dude.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
I'll show you one of my favorites
2:30
after this game.
Okay.
Looking for trying to jump behind the tower. We'll blink. What can they do? Never end. He's got 2 different defensive items. Does he have the fast fingers? They pop the glyph.
It's a bit pretty much late.
So were they glyphing to dive and then decided that they didn't want to anymore?
I have no idea.
That's really strange. Okay.
The thing is, like, now that Arc Warden is ready, you can see it right now. Look at bottom. Also, you have to
give him
find a much crisper timing.
Give him one more item, and he's going to start killing the supports. These 2 supports do very little against the Arc Warden once he has the Shadow Blade. So
yeah, Newbie playing with just no sense of urgency.
I would be less concerned if I hadn't. I feel like I've seen this game already. You know.
Yes,
I've
we
seen
have.
this game
Recently.
and Arc Warden just wins at 25. I think it is arguably the best 25 talent in Dota when you consider its applications. And
in terms of how it changes game dynamics, I think you're right, and it just stuns me that Newbie are not. They just don't recognize this.
Oh. See ya.
T-Tours.
Like, it's not. I mean, one thing they were controlling the map, right? But they've seeded it, and like they lose Fenrir in their own jungle, a ward goes down, and all of a sudden they're going to lose a tier 2 is on top of it.
And you're seeding map control as a team that have 2 heroes that badly need that
They're not
space.
being decisive either. Look at this. The Deuce is still miles away from this tier 2 while they're losing their own.
Guys, let's get back on the same page.
Okay, they're coming in now, but are they still going to take the tower? Mars is bottom cutting the wave. Okay,
There's the Clinks
they're
eggs.
parking the Dusa. Clinks is in the back lines.
This is I watched IG play. Like, it wasn't even necessarily. It was the same discipline, that same methodical Dota we've come to expect from the Chinese region. But you see it here. But they had pace, they had tempo, they had this killer instinct. And right now, I don't really see Newbee or even EHome, to that matter, like playing with it. It's just.
Well, but in their defense, EHome is the team.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
They don't need to do anything.
That was such a
That was such a nice blink away.
That was a nice move.
Like he didn't have any information that they were coming. He was just finger on the blink button, ready to double tap at any moment, and just had the reaction times. Okay. Oh, hey, look, check that. It's our old friend, Double Damage. Double Damage Vlad's on the Deuce. Lots of stats. This
Kill
is a
me
fast
now.
push. Oh, wait. You know we're coming. They do not have the Burning Army, though, because they just used it on that failed attempt at top. If Mars was dead, this could be a very different situation. Avalanche slowing it down a little bit. Death Prophet going to go in. They do still drop off the skeletons from the Ags. Death Prophet gets lifted. Sent back over the Oracle, saving her a little bit, though. Neverend, how much damage can he actually do? GOG is still fighting him, and Rubik's got the Exorcism. Neverend, can he survive here? He does not.
He had no mana. He did not ask a single Spirit Siphon in that fight.
Yeah, that's.
Did he get burned by?
The Mystic Snake. Mystic Snake with talent.
I mean, the main issue is that he didn't BKB when he went in, right?
That's, yeah, he shouldn't get snaked. He should be BKBing immediately. He popped it at 20 HP.
He got lifted and then speared, right, before anything happened.
That was very weird.
Oracle ulti just took a little bit to come out.
Fake behind?
It wasn't a mistake. He doesn't make mistakes. Something else must have happened.
Huh.
Scaly Bro come
They're
out.
pushing back. Jin Q just popping at the skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
Arc Warden chasing. He's got the Shadow Blade down. Gonna have the Hex before too long. Terror of the supports.
I just...
Let it out, Kyle.
Please.
No, I
This is some definition of insanity shit here.
Could you elaborate?
Doing this over and over.
And expecting a different result.
How many times have they tried to go for this 2-2? This is like the 4th or 5th swing.
Yeah, but how much damage did they do this time?
More.
Like 75?
That's a stat.
I might actually walk off the set if Gordon, if they win this game, if they don't get Arc Warden
You're not
25,
officially assigned this game, so
but like,
Yeah, so G.
they not watch Epicenter?
No.
Oh wait, Fender's actually pretty tanky.
No, they are
Alright,
playing-
he's survived, never mind.
They are playing this game as if Arc Warden 25 is
wait,
not a thing.
they're not all together. If I see SCC, damage on the Rubik, force staff away. Rubik still got Exorcism, by the way. That's pretty nice.
What kind of
pretty big
spirits does he
timing.
have?
Huh?
What kind of spirits does he have, though?
I don't know. Which ones does it use the one that you have?
I can't even remember.
Hey,
Is that
Ghosts,
one of the
right?
Arcana effects that the spirits are different?
Speaking of spirits, what's your spirit animal, Kevin?
It's you, Kyle.
It has the little border if you've got the Ags effect, the Arcana effect. Right?
Yeah.
So.
I assume it
But
does
he may not
exist.
have it unlocked, is the thing as well.
God, what would it be? Surely that's got to
Tiny
be one.
Rubiks.
Tiny Rubik?
Just like Vengeful Spirit and
Can't you-
Dota 1.
can't you check
Her
Kyle's
auto
name?
attack animation was her hero model.
Yeah, yeah.
She like threw her
She threw
Yeah, it was a tiny
literally
version.
throwing her body at
She
the
would throw
enemy.
her attack, and then like her body would come out of her body
yeah,
and like
was
throw
awesome.
into it.
ghostly version.
Check the Arcana progress. And never mind, this is a fight.
No, there's a fight.
Okay, never mind.
Hold up.
Fights.
Oh, the bubble.
Yeah, they kill us.
Oh,
I like
gee.
how it makes a tower attack faster as well. Have you seen it with the clip? They're jumping in the back lines. All right, that's a dead Fenrir. Mars ulti coming in. They do get the clinks. Hardly any spells for him. He does get Oracle ulti saved. On the other side of the fight, they will push back the Rubik, killing him off. Clinks trapped in the middle of everything. Just man fighting. They did use the Deuce ulti though, and Faith Bear's going to look for a little bit more. Here comes the toss back into the Burning Army. Neverend popping the Ghost. Exorcism working on this Medusa. That's life
kill.
number 1. Sven's already kind of blown everything that he's
blew
got.
his BKB.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
BKB,
position.
no God Strength. What can he actually fight with? Owen gets a good pushback onto the Death Prophet. Actually makes it all the way to the tree.
Oh
Nice
my
stop.
god, the physical
That
damage.
was really nice.
How did that go so far?
There was like
It's
one
blinked
tree
right on
the
top of
edge,
him.
Yeah.
That was Leonidas.
That was really perfect. But still, it's a fight in the river. Aegis gets burned.
Yeah.
And where's the
I
progress
think
from Newbee?
That's a really good point because it happens in the river. Even though you get a slight lead, there's no way you're threatening base. damage and
Yeah, they just have to go get lanes back out.
and the tier finally dies, but it's denied. However, how many runes? All 4. So oh no, they have the 4th one.
Yeah.
But this is the big item, Hex on the Arc Warden.
The timing are coming, Kyle.
Yeah. And
Level
Hex,
20 Hex.
yes, because level 20 is huge because it means both you and your clone can get 2 Spark Wraiths off, like as you're hexing. Like you open out of the Shadow Blade, Spark Wraith as you're hexing. Unless there's some sort of BKB immediate force away, double Spark Wraith is what actually helps you land the kill.
I will say, look, Arc Warden 25 is what we're talking about, and it's justified, but Sven and Medusa have both been able to farm pretty well in this game, better than I expected. Mars is obviously suffered for it, but he's not that far behind Fate Beyond on the Tiny.
What does he get next? Is Blink a consideration?
No.
Follow up, get on top of the Arc Warden.
You have to be able, you got to be able to take a lot of damage in these fights.
It's like Butterfly or something.
Yeah. No, I actually...
It's good against the Clinks.
Maybe you... Man.
Oh, Fate Beyond. Blink was on cooldown. Getting trapped. One's coming through. He is still pretty tanky on the Tiny, though. Can he maybe get a toss away? He does. Lobs the Sven into the Duke. Now they've got the Burning Army down, splitting this fight down the middle. Duke is going to use his ultimate, paging forward. Awen does get the on over onto the Oracle. He doesn't have any mana. Now he's got no life.
I really appreciate that, like, when Alan asks a question, he always makes, like, he sounds inquisitive, you know? Like, oh, wow, could they really do that? Oh, It just adds to my immersion.
X is up.
I appreciate it.
I know.
Did he sell his Wraith Band to get sold his Wraith Bands to get this?
Nice.
All right. Wanted it for the timing.
Could lose in the game. Watch out. 12 level.
That last auto attack doesn't have the survivability.
Where's Arc Warden on his levels?
20.
Oh, okay.
They're smoking with the Warden pushing top.
What's the music at right now, Alan?
We're still in the low datas.
Okay.
I still think Newbee's gonna end this.
Their gold lead is pretty impressive, and the Sven is now like a true core, especially with the data list. I like the item build because you're a real threat when you pick up this item. I always feel like Svens that go for.
If he finds the Arc Warden, you can't just kill. Oh, SCCC out on an island, immediately hexed. I can't actually get out to pop the Stone Gaze here. He's being completely double hex. Auto attack him down. He does have a buyback, but Newbee should just be able to disengage.
I watched this game a couple of months ago, guys, and this is how it happens. You play too passive, all of a sudden Arc Warden gets hexed, you can get aggressive.
Nice to go, but he misses the stun. Nice heals fighting into the Exorcism now.
Hex up in a second.
Needs to disengage.
Hex.
Once his BKB runs out, Sven's looking for it. Here comes the toss back. Avalanche to prevent the save from the other heroes. Sven blocked down.
Wow.
Killed off.
That decision.
That's perfect. That was perfect by Faith Beyond.
But
That's
what is the decision
right
by Sven there?
I mean, maybe you gotta play.
I think he wanted to buys back.
The team was clean out. Like, the team is out there. And he re-engaged solo, and it's not clear that there was a plan.
And now do that buyback.
Right. Good lord. I'm surprised Sven had all of his cooldowns BKB up in 10 seconds. Isn't his buyback less valuable than SCCC's?
Yup.
Well,
oh my god.
So what, if Deuce dies, is that just game?
No,
I mean, they don't end it,
No.
but like, Arc Warden gets where he's going.
I just can't believe that.
We're just waiting here.
There's sense of urgency.
The Sultans. Let's get this over onto the Oracle, so no save. EHome just fighting 3v5. They do have the Death Prophet coming over, but no Exorcism for the damage. And this time around, he finds target. One more hit to do it. They find that kill. That's 3 dead. Make Faith Beyond the last one to fall. Triple kill for your Mars.
Alan gets right back into the game with that, and that's, you can't script the fight any better than that.
All right. Just chain stunning the Arc Warden dog.
How did they find that opportunity? Like,
catch Oracle in arena.
But was that a good fight anyway? They were telling themselves that, hey, if we kill Dusa,
well, yeah,
that's really good.
We've criticized.
This team was there this time, though.
they bought back on the Sven. I suppose they want to take that fight 5-on-4, but it works out. I think this is, even though they lose 4 there, it actually just equalizes the game because you use two core buybacks, and I think if you're Newbee, you're on a bit of a clock here in the sense that this Aegis has got to win you the game because after it fades, you're going to have a level 25 Arc. Are there tomes available? Because all of them need to be going to Arc.
We can't check anymore. We can't check smokes.
That's annoying.
mean, on the bright side for EHome, Pretty Armor actually did really good against the. Normally, when you fight her, she has an opportunity to steal your mana, basically. But if it's just Burning Armory wailing on her in the backline, she actually disengaged the fight and had to run to the right because she just kept getting all of her mana drained by it.
That's a good point.
I thought looked kind of good for them.
Yeah, the Tiny Clinks is kind of an interesting comp. Just like Clink bringing that little bit of extra damage on top of what Tiny's bringing. Tiny has got an Aghanim Scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So anyone that gets locked down is just gonna get Spark Wraith and trees thrown at them, and
that's why I've been thinking to myself for a while, are we making too much of this Arc Warden 25?
No, we're not.
We're not. And part of the reason is because if you look what's around the Arc Warden,
well, Owen sees 430, but his team is not here to connect, and the rest of it showing up.
This is great positioning. He knows they have no detection in this area.
What can you go for? All right, pins the Tiny. Where's the follow-up? Coming in a little bit slow. Keeping beyond locked in here. They need the damage. Triple C moving into position. Got the double lift. Just killed 2 heroes instantly. The double also dying. They leave Faith Beyond for last. Slowly working him down to Scotty.
But look at the creep waves. They're not going to be able to get anything out of this. They ping the one bottom, but they're definitely... That's like 50-second travel time from where the creeps are, and I don't know if it's going to be enough time to ensure they can get a turn.
Full in 10 as well.
Oh, hero. Indeed.
I mean, only in this specific scenario where you can, like, they can kind of hold on and get them all the way to this point and get creeps the whole game, right? It's
just there are only heroes in Dota where I just thought, hate the design.
Ember's more gross than Arc Warden at the moment before. Sure.
That doesn't help. Now it's a lot more. Oh, hang on. Dirty's Clone actually lives. That's insane. It means they'll be able to keep Tower alive.
Keep spamming.
It was a little backdoor anyways.
Double bubble. Alright, that's the second one. SLC still standing here on the high ground. Even respawning soon. They do have the Burning Army once they're up.
Still have Goof as well. Yeah, there it is.
Got all the cooldowns.
And, man, like, really, level 25 Dusa, Butterframe can be 6 slotted with an Aegis. And...
Do you like the 1,000 count? This...
I'm not sure. I hate it, actually.
No.
I think if you're gonna die... What? Yeah, if you're gonna die, you're gonna...
I just don't think does the lifesteal represent that much survivability or anything?
No, it's not the damage jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the fact that your MKB proc, your Scotty's gonna slow. Like,
what in the world? Yeah, that's a weird decision.
I think it's
you know what? It's based on what happened to him, right? Like, he got oomed in the duration of 2 X's and couldn't get his stone kills off.
And it is anticipation of the Arc Warden 25 as well. Not that it's like one, you know. Ghosts,
no, I would disagree. I would say if you get Arc Warden 25, you go in the game now with that talent. You're not trying to survive later on.
I see. No, that is a very good.
I think the slow shot, you know, took hitting heroes that many times. Like almost all the enemy heroes on EHome were all super heroes. I just don't think they're grouped up. So I don't know if they're more melee and the fights were less complicated. I think it would be fine. But I think the mana is just a safer choice, even though it's boring.
Not gonna get it. Well. This time out, and this could
be a long affair.
Yeah. So the thing with the Arc Warden is that he hits that timing, right, and then that's kind of his peak strength. We did see some games during the opens where Arc Warden would get to this point, and then all of the cores on the enemy team would get spotted. And the Arc Warden would no longer feel so scary.
Well, it's not just about the hero versus hero. It's the fact that the Arc Warden is just it breaks one of the core mechanics of the game, which is split pushing without risk. Yep. Like, look at this.
It's funny because it goes back to these
unreplicable mechanics.
We saw a lot of nerfs on different methods of split pushing, and it means that heroes like Arc Warden are just better.
Well, it's stupid though.
Whoa.
Split pushing is one of the most interesting and cool concepts in Dota. It's about risk reward. Like, give those mouses in chat. Like, what Alliance did at TI9 was really cool. Okay. Anytime these heroes that can split push without risk, the illusion metas, that's when it just gets stupid.
We saw nerfs, reworks Naga, nerfs PL, nerfs TB, try and remove that element.
And then the biggest element is just that you're split pushing tools that are a risk. They get gold when they die now.
Yes.
Not that it's like always huge. I mean, I think the Arc Ward and Tempest doubles are huge.
It does add up.
Those ones are like 300 gold in experience. Spirit Bears, 300 gold. Like they've definitely added those in, but you're definitely right that it's still generally something that isn't punished.
Oh no, Faith Beyond, man.
Or rewards.
They've really got to make sure that these creep waves stay alive for 430 to come back. Because he again, it's all the XP, and there was a quick ult there by Faith Beyond, and 430 misses out on 3 full waves of experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many examples in this game. Neither team feels like they're playing with that much urgency, which is a $30 million tournament.
Yeah, I get
It's not that big of a deal.
What's money anyway? It's just be another win.
I don't know about you guys, but I love Dota because I love it. It's nothing to do with riches. That's why I stopped playing, you know?
It had nothing to do with the fact that you got kicked from the team.
You could spend all of your time watching Dota.
I do spend all
the time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like
it's the same. It's fun because that's a lot of what I did when I was a pro player.
How many heroes can my 5-year-old daughter name? That's I am not proud of the answer to that question.
Also, you get to watch two teams playing Dota instead of just one team playing Dota.
Hey.
You get to watch double the Dota while being caster.
And especially if you're Kyle, it's a lot less frustrating.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, playing is really hard.
There's still. It's insane though. If you ask, I think it's like a captain thing. I told a puppy about this. That there's certain games that are just burned into your memory. Like I'll be 50, and you'll ask me, "Hey Kyle, do you remember like why we lost that game at Epicenter, that game at TI, etc., etc.?" I'll be able to run you through it. It'll never leave. Like a bad breakup.
Negative emotions, man. Make strong memories.
It really is. I remember I was making fun of you. One of the last tournaments I saw you with Complexity. You were at the captain's draft tournament, and I made fun of you because you got a lane jug ganked mid, and you were immediately like, "Hey, Strum." This was like a month after the game.
Expect to smoke, but they got him.
Nice.
I was back immediately. They actually want to take this fight. Neverend gets it over to the double, auto-attacking onto the Grimstrip of Partner. All right, he's gone. Well, 30 still auto-attacking dead, but Neverend got no mana left. Tiny here on the front line, Triple C just standing strong. Looking at the auto-attacks. There's going to be a buyback on either side. Newbee now trying to reset, but they're going to actually jump back in. They spot Lynx once again and bring him down. Hex onto GH, but he's very tanky on the Sven.
Yeah, he's playing against a gem. What's he doing? Now it's the one hero with a buyback.
Faith Beyond, they go on the Sven, but he's very tanky. They do get stunned under the death prop. Oh, but they push him out into the middle of nowhere. Where is he doing down there?
Here comes.
All right, he's going on the other side. They've got 430. There's purple particle effects everywhere. Mjolnir's bouncing.
Nice.
Mark's looking for the Oracle.
Oh god, DPS.
For on the other side, Tiny in some danger. Turns around with the tree and just kills him with tags. You can get Ferrari. Oh, just TP's out.
God.
Henry, I'm looking for him. He does get the double.
What a cleaner. Cleaned everything.
That's a big time.
Faith Beyond wants to go to TI, boys and girls. This man is playing a win game.
Yes, he is.
How much damage did that Tiny do in that fight?
Oh, give me my man.
Give me the
recap.
fight recap.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good.
More than Death Prophet. So the reason Death Prophet was there is because the spear pushed her into a wall. Because once she got into that pit, there was the wall on the backside. But once you get
really
speared pit, you stay there until the stun ends, and then you can't be there. Exactly.
Really? So it doesn't check. The game doesn't check your hero's positioning until the end of the stun?
Because once you're speared, you're basically flying through whatever.
Oh,
you'll keep flying until you hit a wall or a tree.
Can we go back to the Ferrari Dark Warden real quick?
He's still not 25.
No, but Alan, can we, what? Do you hear anything, Alan? That did exactly that. It's a little scary.
It's getting really close.
Speeding up.
If got a little kid watching with you, please, like, you know, send him out of the room because it's about to get real scary.
That looked good.
I'm gonna get Daedalus, right? And then this is gonna this stuff gonna get
If EHome win this game, though, I MVP's Faith Beyond. That's the really, how many kills has he found? Like, in a game they're losing?
Truthfully, that's most EHome games, but yes.
He's found at least 6 or 7 openings in a game where there really shouldn't be any, if you consider the new lineup and the lead they've had.
The most agility in a single that you can get.
That is true.
I'm surprised you didn't get the burning army cooldown a little bit, but I guess it's been very... Not like they haven't done a lot this game. It's been a little
he's not using it on cooldown or anything. Fresh shard. He just did a fresh shard. Go for it. Deuce is still dead for 5 seconds.
What's the talent that Tiny got 25?
Avalanche cooldown.
Okay.
It's really good.
Oh. And that's
Yeah, I like it, actually.
And your point about the quick talent choice, I mean, so much of what EHome is doing in this game is itemization and they're playing.
And
making Medusa respect the
there's the
burst
ulti,
damage.
push back the clone, but it instantly that net is inside of the pit. It can't quite finish anything off. Fate can zoning them back. Does have another 3 volley soon. And
Oh, he cancels his Fen Blink.
Never End has the Aegis. We got the Refresher Shard and Clinks.
This is a 6-slotted Medusa that is having to be very careful about the way that she's playing these fights because of the burst damage.
Is there some sort of gentleman's agreement to just ensure that all the games of the qualifier go to 45, 50 minutes?
No.
Like,
Not to get you, Kyle.
Look, I just want to, like, I don't know.
Paranoid.
I know
It's just out to get you.
it's hard to go high grade against Darkward. It's one of the most difficult heroes to break against.
I would
get it.
argue that you goddamn well better do it before
But you've got to try. You've got to try. It's not as if EHome's lineup is like this total 4-1, right? Faith Beyond will scale. The Death Prophet will scale. They have Clinks with an Ags. Like, this is not a team that's going to just, like, fall over and, oh, you kill 430 twice. It's G. You can just all in for this hero. It's... they have Oracle, you know? This isn't similar. What was the game? I think it was... Was it the last game at Epicenter? The one, there was a game Arc Warden lost, and there was no save for it. But this is different.
Yeah.
Refresher Oracle.
Yep.
Save.
Yeah.
Just keep people alive. Keep
I
this
guess
Death
that's
Prophet
probably-
pumping out damage. DP go for the Cryptostorm cooldown. Pretty value with the Aghanim Scepter.
Cool.
I guess it's when you've got the Oracle backing you up, this talent probably gets better, right, with the Ags. So.
Yes. It's gonna run out of mana. What do you guys think those spirits look like? No, I'm asking. We talked about this last night.
Go to blue. Go to blue. Look, all of a sudden, they're moving out into the enemy side of the map. Newbee retreating to their base.
Oh my god.
There's the Aegis factor
I
as
can't
well.
handle this, man.
But they let it happen 48 minutes. We finally arrived.
Now you just need an Arcane Rune. And that's where things get dicey.
Summon your own Arcane Rune.
Oh, that's true. That's a great point. Imagine how terrifying Thanos would have been if he could have just created Infinity Stones. We've got here.
If I snap my fingers, can I have the number of people that best?
What did you miss?
Oh,
Toss back on SSD. Big trouble. He's in the middle of the burning army. Does spot the BKB going to work. Prophet getting saved by that first Oracle ulti. 430 inside of the base. On the other side, dude find Innocence, and they bring him down. There's a lot of damage on this Death Prophet, but it does have the edges. Arc Warden on the high ground. They finally kill off the double spend. Retreating into the base. What can he actually do to the volleys? He's just going to survive. This Butterfly helping to keep him in the game.
I mean, Faith Beyond's got to be like, team? A great toss back on SCCC. The rest.
I mean, it needed to be an instant hex, though, right?
It just, they didn't react. They were.
What can they do once the BB happens? I think they need to insta-hex to have a chance of killing there. And SCCC, as soon as he sees that he's flying through the air,
It's just gonna.
he's mashing this button like a madman. So. But still, so what did we lose? We lost the Aegis.
4 bounty runes.
Did they use the Refresher Shard? Where's the Refresher Shard? There it is. It's on the left graphic. And D's is still in Kai's backpack.
I love the ZQ item that he's just now. The E-Blade, so strong here. You're playing against solely physical damage. Like there's no real magical out on Newbee, and they don't have any sort of purge at the moment.
It's also just, again, it's more agi, right? More damage.
Most agi.
We didn't mention this, but Butterfly on the Sven, are we fans of this?
No.
I think it kept him alive there.
But Arkhorn has MKB, and like you know he's gonna get MKB because your Deuce already has a Butterfly.
Yeah, I like it a lot against the cleans, at least. I mean, he's got
a lot of
ACL,
armor
so
as well.
he's pretty survivable. It's definitely a little weird.
Is it really?
Supports.
Does it really do more for you than Heart?
The attack speed's really nice. He's already got tons of damage. Heart's not bad either, but
Or Satanic? I mean, that's.
I would like Satanic personally. I think that item is a must-have against Dark Warden. You're gonna get double hexed at some point. You're also playing against a. I guess that's really it.
Check it out. Death Prophet did not opt for the Octarine. It's a Heart of Tarrasque.
that's actually stupid good with Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. Can you explain that mechanic, Kev?
Absolutely. See, when Oracle ults you, any heal that you accrue during the duration gives you double the heal, and Heart kicks in on range heroes after 7 seconds. Oh, I knew that. And then when Heart kicks in, a buttload of regen is doubled. So basically, even if Oracle gets
He's getting 3 seconds.
absolutely evaporated,
He's getting 3 seconds.
Is not long enough for Heart to
Also,
get in there.
it's
10 versus
50% health
5.
regen
It's a 7.
amplification.
Oh, that's a good point. And you get 50%. Yeah.
What's the duration of False Promise?
10 seconds. So you get 3 seconds minimum.
3 seconds of 5%.
Of 10%.
They get 30% health.
Plus
Those aren't
50%.
real.
So it's more like it's like 45% of your max HP regen minimum. Not to mention the heal you're doing yourself during an Oracle ult. Just because you have this
Hashtag smart.
math.
More or less OP than being able to False Promise Troll at the end of his ult.
I don't understand.
Well, I just the idea that Troll ults, he can't die, and then you either ult at the end of you False Promise him at the end of his ult, or he ult at the end of False Promise.
If you can't die, are you truly living?
Troll can't keep you alive through lethal False Promise, though.
Yeah, I can. I could have sworn it can.
I'm not sure about that.
All right, we gotta check that mechanic because I'm pretty sure it can. Pretty sure you, under False Promise, if Troll ults at the end of it, that he lives.
Oh, all right, they're going on the Death Prophet.
Here it comes.
There's the Edict, damage from SCCC.
Oh.
Nice back from 50 on.
That's sick.
Also,
What a guy.
just having the Heart alone is meaning that he's getting more heals from Oracle
Yeah,
anyways.
that's true. That's true.
Oh, 50 on. Looking for it again. There's the toss back onto the Sven. He's in the middle of the burning army. Jinkyu wants the double, never ends in the middle of this. Patreon taking the auto attacks. 430's gonna lose his double. Gia does get right click down, saving the buyback for now. They're just waiting to see what happens.
Look at the burning armor.
This fight is a mess of particle effects. Patreon does get the blink away. I don't know if he's gonna survive at the end of this.
burning army is
getting
insane.
chased down. They do buy back on the Sven. 430 wants to chase down his triple C. Drop the second hex on top of him. And they do lose the two. So both big cores now in the hole. They force back, never end.
I bet the Sven really wishes he had a Satanic after getting tossed back into the enemy with no life.
They really wish they didn't let Mark Gordon get level 25.
I'm always.
See, what are those in the dire base? What are those in the dire? Have we seen this before? Something about Ember Spirit walking into 4 of them? No.
All right. Well, they forced both of those big buybacks. So, EHome getting some more items. We've got that ethereal blade up now.
It's insane. Like I said, I talked to Mineski. They scrimmed Chinese teams the entire prep session. They said all the games ended quickly. They were like 25 minutes, and they would either if they lost, they'd get crushed. And then the qualifier starts, and all of a sudden the game slows down.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's just afraid. They're afraid to lose.
Do you guys value the Runeforge more than a Moonshard here? I guess so, right? Because the chance of an Arcane rune.
Arcane, BDE.
I think Arcane's the best,
Bounty,
though, right?
Bounty's not bad. Bounty is better than like some of the other fresh ones, like Invis or something. You're not going to use that. Really.
You got one. There you go.
I don't know. What? We just stop analyzing this game because we're beaten. Like we've beaten the dead horse. We've moved on to like
If they can find and kill the Arc Warden, can they win the game?
They can do it twice.
What are buybacks like?
Not great. I mean, they've only got one of these cores. Oh, like they've only got one life each. Our buyback situation's real bad.
Particles are actually ridiculous.
It's a mess. Well, because it's showing the Scotty and the like
purple sparkly.
Yeah, but Arc Warden also has it. Then Mjolnir is proccing, and then there's Ghosts, and then they've got the Kling's burning army.
Yeah, the refresher shard was really good in that last fight. At some point, Newbee just realized that they were constantly being attacked by like 20 things and just had to back up.
Oh, you don't have the high ground advantage here. Both teams have vision up the hill, though.
DD top.
Oh, is this ward just out of range of that sentry? Looks like it might be. Oh no, they ping. Did they see it? Okay, they see. Oh, that was really close. All right.
But how do you fight into this? You don't. It's like that one boss level of Luigi's Mansion.
We got what? We've got fully stacked Roshan, guys. Okay, Exorcism coming out. Do solution trying to scout the health, but I don't even know if he made it to the pit. Seems like he may have just done it. Newbee, what are they doing? Rubik gets the lift over, but it's only under the double. Force stabs himself a little bit further back. They've got the Soulbind coming in. That's one hex on the Medusa, and the tree volley does a little bit of damage, but not that much. Roshan half HP.
She also gets extra heal from her axe interaction with the heart too.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
So many good combos.
Yep. Death Prophet. All right. In here, he pops everything he wants. The Aegis potentially, they are going to get on the Death Prophet.
Wow.
Here comes the ult. Exorcism is about to wear out, so that's more healing as well. He may even survive this SCC. He wants the Aegis. Can he even make room for it? He tried. He's got the Aegis. SCC's done it. What can they actually do? Now they've got another ulti coming in. Jusa still auto-attacking everybody. Faith Beyond dead. Death Prophet healing 430. Clone dies. SCC still auto-attacking everybody. That's his Aegis. Arc Warden, that's the real 430. Is he going to be brought down here? He will. He's dead. Jin Q getting slowed down and Newbee backing up to reset. They still have all of their heroes.
What a fight by Newbee.
SCC man marching into that Roshan pit, and they've still got the shrine to heal up.
Like once they disengaged outside of the
Look at that
Roche pit,
damage.
and the BKB had been popped on Death Prophet, and then Newbee committed to the Roche pit, then it got really hard. Like Death Prophet just got segmented to get defeated.
And all the exorcism damage was used for Roche, right? He had like 5 seconds of it left.
The thing is, there's no real window for them because there's still no buyback of the Medusa. And they lost. They used it. Refresher shard lost Aegis, so it doesn't change the status quo. In fact, I believe we're going to just see another 10 minutes or so.
Where did everything else end up?
Was there an axe?
There was an axe.
Wait,
and
did Tiny pick it up? Did I see he had an axe and an axe?
Yes. Well, yes, I think so, because we didn't have the synth if it was.
No, they're both called Blessing.
Oh, okay.
It might have just been a shard or something.
I disagree that it doesn't change the status quo because with the Arc Warden, you know the lanes are going to be pushed.
Mars got it.
And it means that now as EHome,
that's 6
now
damage.
as EHome, if you get
HP regen.
You get able to do
what do you guys think about
damage.
this? Plus 100 HP regen on the Arena of Blood. Instead of the Rebuke crit.
I mean, he doesn't have any damage.
That's true.
Didn't have Death or anything. He's got a Shiva.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is one of the first times that I've seen that talent choice in a pro game. Almost always the Rebuke crit that I've seen.
I
always the damage though. Like they always have damage items.
Yeah.
But he's playing more utility this game. It's not going to be bad with on like Dusa or Sven or something like that.
Ooh, what do you like? Sven's buying an axe. I think synth it. It's quite nice actually. It'll give base damage to his Medusa.
Yeah.
That's actually, in my opinion, one of the most underrated eggs in the game.
I agree.
Because a lot of people forget about it sometimes, because it's like Sven always needs actual items, but if you combo Sven with one other hero that does a lot of damage, it's bonkers.
Dude, I remember when back when Wisp at level 15 was still giving axe, right? EG had this cool strat where they would have Sven Visage. They would tether the Sven, he'd pop ult, and all the Visage birds, which were extra because they would tether the Visage first, and he'd spawn an extra bird, and the Visage bird would just kill everything. It was awesome.
It does like what is like 125% damage to your allies nearby.
Yeah.
The Sven X.
I love that in Dota, all this mad scientist stuff is like often ends up being fairly viable.
No, that's the thing.
That's one of the cool things.
Like you see the shit at TI?
Yeah.
Like this is not. It's not like
fountain
abstract
hooks
theory crushing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, people are always coming up with these crazy because it feels like in I guess it happens a lot in the card games where people are like, oh, you can do the crazy thing where you can set up this infinite combo. You're like, oh yeah, right. Like, okay. But in Dota, it actually happens.
You guys were watching some of NA, right?
Not that much.
Like,
What are you talking about?
I was just going to bring up though, like, I don't think, like, obviously the best 12 teams are all invited to TI, so we're not seeing the best Dota. But it's cool how different regions have different flaws, right? Because in North America, people are aggressive to a fault, whereas on all these China games, it feels like it's just passivity to a fault.
I'm not gonna lie, I am bitterly disappointed.
All right, they smoked on top of wards.
I thought that I expected this qualifier to be the most competitive TI qualifier ever.
Ever? Like,
well,
in history?
in the last couple of years since we've had similar formats. Obviously, you go back to some of them where like the entire East and the entire West were playing in one qualifier.
Like
that was pretty
everybody's in
hype.
qualifiers.
Yeah. But since we've had regional, 4 to 6 regional qualifiers, I expected this to be one of the most competitive regional qualifiers the last 3 years, and these games have not been.
Do you think SCCC should consider like just synthing and Ags though? Like he's going for Satanic, but what's he going to replace it with? I guess just
Satanic,
Top BKB. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually really good too.
His Ags is really good here.
It's literally just a stun.
Yeah.
It amplifies physical damage. It doesn't even like give them magic resistance anymore.
Yep.
Between like Sven and Dusa, and if it bounces good, I mean, you can stun for like 2 seconds or something if it bounces good,
Yeah.
I think.
And that's enough time to kill the Oracle. That's enough time to potentially...
What's the best thing about the China region is that all these people that like would never buy their Ags, they actually have so much fucking money that they have to at some point.
Yeah.
So we get to see it finally happen.
This is the frustration of playing against the Arc Warden, though. Look at how much ground Newbee have to cover as a team just to get the lanes pushed back.
I don't even... Like, what do we talk about? What do what do we do?
Theory craft more
I'm
item
honestly,
decisions.
More dad jokes,
you know
Kyle,
what?
for it.
I'm asking Twitch chat, what do you want us to do here? Because Lord knows, in 5 minutes, we'll still be in this game. So you've got a lot of time to offer feedback, and yeah, we'll just get into it.
Fair enough.
Help.
Send out.
All right, we got 25 clinks.
But hey, I want to make sure we all
comes the
recognize
multi-shot.
this is a must-win game for EHome. This is huge, and you said, maybe the Dota's been not as great as we would expect, but this is the most competitive region, and every game is huge.
Absolutely. And this is the EHome team again. Some of the names are different, but this is a team that we absolutely expected was going to be at Shanghai.
I mean, at the very least in the playoffs of the qualifier.
All right, pop out the illusion rune, pick it up, try and melt the split.
Speaking of surprising results, were you surprised by Gambit?
I feel so bad for this guys.
I think I'll be honest. I flamed him already, but I think Afro Ninja tilted the shit out of his team.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're playing in a tournament that's like not amateur level, you GG when the game is over, like for sure. And how many times have we seen comebacks? And it's not about we can't win this game. The team can always lose the game. All right, I know this well.
Game's not over until the ancient explodes. Well, sometimes it's over a little bit earlier, but it's.
There's a reason. You look at the best teams in the world, right? They don't GG until they're thrown, until they're all dead and their thrones exposed for the most part. And maybe VP will GG out early, but they're the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. It's like that. There's always that compendium question, like, what's the earliest game it's going to be? It never goes early anymore. It never goes pre-15 minutes, ever. Nobody ever gives up early anymore. There's too much money at stake.
It's just crazy to me, especially with how their season is gone. They're so relevant at so many events. It's very leaves a very bitter taste. And I agreed with what you tweeted, Kyle. As hesitant as I am sometimes, I like to understand what pro players are thinking. That's part of the before I criticize, but
Oh my god. Bro, sorry, that Archer just gave 100.
oh god.
Something's happening. Stroke might be dead. No, Force Staff away, still alive. Arena Blood down. They've caught the Oracle, but he does have the Aeon disc, but he's using a lot of spells on himself, and they've actually stolen the ultimate. As Triple C is just doing so much damage. Standing here, never end. What can he actually do? They Force Staff him out. They're all standing here. They do have the Burning Army going. Faith Beyond.
So many.
For these kills. Oh my god. Are they actually going to do the damage? They get back to the shrine. Why is the shrine still here? Sven stealing back up. 430's on the high ground. Oracle buys back into the game.
No one's dead! No! Why is that shrine still there, base camp?
I don't know. It should be dead, right? There's no tier 3 mid. They can take it. Arkwin probably should have killed this with the double an hour ago, but... what's our da-na-na-na-na status?
Oh,
He's
there it is.
we are waiting at this point. We're waiting for the
out,
sequel.
right?
All right, no. Our status right now is Baby Shark.
All right, Alan, teach us something about life, man. We've got some time. Hit me with something.
What?
I don't know. You're old, and wise, and I'm not.
Wise. Oh my god.
All right, look, we've seen this. But
Oh, the courier die.
that's a good question. I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. We can't. Wait, hotkey? Can I still find where the corpse is, or is it not a thing anymore?
Refresher clinks.
It's so good.
Nice.
Like, you saw the arrows last. Like,
Oh yeah, this is gonna be
No,
insane.
they're just gonna hide in the arena of blood, dude. No projectiles
Oh, that's true,
may
actually.
pass the arena of blood.
once you're 25, you basically get a double
Shot
ulti anyways.
pass.
So I mean, refresher is basically like a quality.
Wait, really? Is that how it works?
They
They multi-shot.
They multi-shot 2 times.
All of them multi-shot. So losing mana. 430. Harass. So okay, so we're getting to the point where the double like harassing is just irrelevant, right? The cores don't really care about taking 1 or 2 spark rates. The supports, sure. We still have False Promise stolen on the Rubik as well. Rubik's still not going for Ags. He went for the telekinesis cooldown at 25. Makes a lot of sense, I think. There are some fairly high damage things to steal this game, but 7-second cooldown stun, pretty nice. Tiny has Octarine, is not opting for more damage on the volley, is going for another Hex.
What's the cooldown on his avalanche? 3.7 everything. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Nice. You know the cooldown?
NA Maths?
Wow.
All right. Also, guys, it's 5 minutes later. The suggestions.
Yeah,
I actually just checked my phone.
what do we got?
There's a lot. A rap battle, dad jokes, dance off, Nahaz.
There you go. No, wait a minute. There you go. Hit us with some poetry, Kyle.
Slam poetry?
Some poetry.
You did some poetry for us for Epicenter.
Yeah, that was like
Hit us
one
with some
time
poetry.
deal.
All
I
right.
don't know, dude.
One spark.
Did Medusa
2
sell her
spark.
boots? Like she doesn't have boots.
Someone asked Nahaz, can you
There's not.
explain the birds and the bees?
Wow.
I mean, that's basically what I asked for.
You can just play this VOD back later. When you need it.
We stay here long enough. We're not going to create new life.
Oh, they're going in. All right, they're looking for something. SCC on the front lines. He's tanking up everything. Owen's going to look for some kind of an ulti. The BKBs have been popped and don't find anything. The skeletons are pushing him back. Defensive ulti. Stolen False Promise plus the HP reach. And on the ulti, think he's fine. Medusa locked down. Force staffed away. Losing mana. Death Prophet. Losing life to the Sven. Critting her down. Faith Beyond in the middle of everything. Gets the toss back into the double burning army. And that might be the end of SCC. He's down.
my God.
125 seconds. He buys back. Never end healing back up to full. Then silent Sven. Faith Beyond's back. There's another shrine. He TP's in and they've killed him off. Owen also going down. Never end with the double kill.
Are you serious?
So many dead heroes.
Yeah,
Faith Beyond.
hey, they're back.
Oh, hey. Alright, so how did EHome end?
Oh my god.
We were asking the question of how did Newbee end.
Yeah, obviously the answer is skeletons. Good God.
I mean, they last so long. If you just fight around them, you're eventually going to win because they're just DPSing.
Yeah, this is, you asked me to explain the birds and the bees.
2 E-blades.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's when a Death Prophet and a Clinks love each other very much. They both press the R buttons and little ghosts and skeletons come out.
That's pretty good.
Right.
There you go.
Thanks, Professor.
Can we make a bone joke, or is that too much?
I don't know, man.
You don't need to ask permission.
Hold up! And the Death Prophet is all binded over to the Tiny. Faith Beyond won't be able to jump away. They do say with the false promise. These tossbacks.
Faith Beyond is no buyback.
But yeah, Faith Beyond needs to be really, really careful. 2-man lift. 430 standing here. They're auto-attacking on the mark, but he's still surviving. Secondary ultimate. They found the Oracle in the back lines. Bring him down. Never End also focused. He's now dead. Newbee making a decisive move with no buyback available. Roshan has the full complement.
What?
This guy is plus 420. Check it out. Plus, plus 420 damage.
Good for him.
Was that what I mean?
Oh, there's just a lot of damage.
No.
That's 105 times 4. Ooh, that is right there.
You got some NA math going on here.
NA education. All right, well, so now we have Aegis on
And Ags Rubik as well.
the Dusa.
That's why he didn't buy it. He's like,
Rubik, I'm gonna get it
I can get
eventually.
this for free, dude. Why would I spend 4,000 on this?
No, they gave it to Rubik. He's gonna buy it himself because he has so much gold. He can still.
No,
afford
as
it.
in Rubik didn't buy it because he knew that it was coming down
gotcha.
it's coming down the line eventually. So this game was definitely going 70 minutes.
This is actually a huge opening. Holy crap!
Yeah, Dusa is full turret mode.
Oh, he got arcane. Oh my God! 430 has an arcane.
No, no.
Wait, it's only got a little bit of the duration left.
What do you mean a little bit of the?
The mine's already set, though.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, well, the double just dies.
Yeah, they've got that well in hand.
Forward, onto the high ground we go. They're swapping lanes.
Yeah.
The fake out. Sven at bottom with the solar crest buff. He's chopping racks. See you later, LA. So long range.
They've learned from playing
Still too
techies.
dead. They don't need to go where the mines are. They are going to lock down onto the mark. But again, how much damage are they actually doing? JQ runs trouble, but he gets caught. And he gets his other ultimate off.
Nope.
No,
Okay,
he
he's got
cannot.
buyback.
They're
He's got
all
buyback.
just sitting inside of the HP regen. He buys it back. He's coming in, Never End with the silence, trying to chase forward, using his exorcism that yields up on the Sven. He does have another ultimate. He's the one with the
There's no
refresh
buyback on Sven
shard. They've got these skeletons coming out. SCCC losing mana quickly, but he does have the Aegis. Newbee just trying to reset around their team. GOG is out. He's going to be coming back with some more mana.
Gotta be fun.
We are not.
It was supposed to be a short day. Oh. No.
Imagine this game was the one that forced the tiebreakers.
Do you? Wow.
Hit the penalty, not the arrow. Okay.
That career in motivational speaking is not going to work for you.
They're dead.
I mean, props to Newbee though for making that play with no buyback on Duke's Sven.
Yeah, actually, running at the shrine,
took a risk.
They ran at the shrine and they took a really important.
They take the first racks of the game.
I would like to see,
72.5 minutes.
Why can we not
actually
take that
bonkers.
risk at 25 minutes?
No Raxes were down in their boat. Like, let's be very careful, guys. Like, we're about to lose the game. Well, they lost now. Watch out for those super creeps, dude.
Yeah, we're talking about
I get
birth
the
control.
push.
Both of these teams are pretty much abstinent in their approach to breaking into the enemy base.
Absence. Well, I think you chose
You know
this.
what? I don't think that works as an English sentence, but I'm going to allow it. I like that.
We are a generation of absence-only education.
It's true.
Oh. What?
Blame the Puritans.
The only way to guarantee that you don't get pregnant is to not have sex.
Well,
That's
true.
abstinence-only
Scrub
education.
that wasn't the case for JD.
I'm sure that was entirely medically accurate.
All right, let's got the guys. Sven Eggs. Check it out.
I'm not going to comment on that
125%.
because it would get me into politics, and that's going.
Please, Alan.
Guys, I think the item is going to do a lot of damage.
It is going to do a lot
I
of
think
damage.
this Medusa is going to hit
And-
real hard.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's a lot of damage that EHome won't necessarily expect.
I think they are doing it.
It won't be bad for our side of it.
Happening status it.
Guys, we're at the point where, like, I forgot. Like, never mind.
The 72
You did
minute
this at the very
racks is
wait.
pretty-
Kyle did this, he did this at the very beginning of the game. Remember, he asked a question or like was about to say something, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
And because he's just done it again, clearly that must mean that this is now the end of this game.
That's the Mafia read right there. That's sick. Good play.
Logic.
Dude, when I played Mafia a lot at that other LAN where I dude, I went back home and then like just talking to people, I was like ready to pressure every time they made a slip up. Like, wait a second.
You're so not entirely consistent.
To be fair, base game does not play a lot of Mafia. You don't really need an argument to lunch Kyle.
It's true.
I mean, I played with him at Mumbai.
Oh, nice.
I haven't played with you so much, though.
Yeah.
You should see the time when he's like, yo, this is the 6th time that Bulba has fake claim cop. And he's always wrong, but this time, it's not fake. It was fake. He lost on the game big time.
Who did?
You
Me?
did. Yeah.
No, I tried.
Oh, you have a very poor memory, bro.
I said Cal Bulba. I will stand by that.
Okay.
I have a couple people that would definitely disagree with you.
Where are they? Fine. In
Sabrina
fact,
is one of them.
by
She's in the game.
get in here before this game ends, Kevin.
We have time.
Oh, hey, check it out.
Like, what is
That actually doesn't matter. It's no damage. And he doesn't have burning spears.
Here, hang on. Pull up the items, Space Kip. Let's break this down. Let's offer
You want
high-level
some
analysis. Holy
information
shit.
density? Yeah, there you go. Check it out.
What in the world?
So we're no Vlads on the EHome side. This could come back to haunt them.
Sven has a refresher and a refresher shard. Check it out, guys.
And a double damage.
Can you refresh the refresher?
No.
Orb?
Are you sure?
Yes. I from Purge. It's like, but are you sure? That's a real Mafia play right there.
It is. That's the wonderful thing about like Dota talent is you just say Mafia and people immediately slip into that mode.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, no, just double dip.
How many Tempest doubles have died in this game, actually?
Not so many. Not so many.
I mean, I always need Lareth in my life.
So 1/5 of this Arc Warden's net worth is just in his coffers.
Man, I cannot wait to take a 3-minute break after this game ends before starting the next one.
That's gonna feel really good.
Definitely.
Wait.
You know they're waiting. The next game is what?
Hey, the next game is RNG versus CDC.
So they're waiting in lobby.
They're both sitting in lobby. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're the official cast for that one.
Really?
You gotta be there.
There.
We're not even. Oh my god, what time is it?
Well, this is our 3rd series out of 6. So long.
Oh my god.
As long as there's
80-minute
no
game, guys. Here it comes.
Hold. This could be it.
They kill it again.
This.
Oh, you guys want some buyback status?
Yes, please. Let us see that.
Surely that's one of the few things that does matter now.
I mean, the biggest move we saw.
Echo Saber's gone. AC's in.
Biggest we ever saw so far this game was the fight to get 1 Rex.
Yes.
What's the next item that should consume, guys?
I don't know, dude. You know what? It should be like a Dota Underlords, right? Where you can transmute one of your stash slots, backpack slots, into a real slot.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know if I have enough hotkeys.
What?
That's the next thing to change.
Underlords?
No, in Dota.
Oh, they found Faith
Didn't
Beyond.
someone say Underlords?
Toss them away. Nope, can't do it yet. Just try for the TV out. Alright, this Tiny has 62 armor.
That's the thing.
He has 83% physical damage resistance.
Forgive you, Faith.
Oh my god.
Let's not worry, right?
Monster.
Faith Beyond, he's the reason we are here.
That is
What,
true.
so it's his fault?
Yeah. Yelled the game together.
Yeah, he did. Why, Faith Beyond? Why did you have to do this?
Why do you do this?
You guys sure that Octarine Core on
Can't
90
believe you've done this.
I feel like it would be. Just for like a toss throw thing. And
4-second cooldown. Stun. I don't know. True.
it's definitely good, but for like 6,000 gold item, that could have been literally anything else.
What should be?
Some like digital or action item or something.
Can anyone
Hey,
even
Roshan's up.
use this Ags? Like the group
Up. Alright. Putting in. They're just gonna keep
Probably
hitting
good
it.
on him.
Alright, Medusa taking a little bit of damage. They got the skeletons inside the. Roshan's low. Burning Army will go into work. They will kite back on the Deuce. I don't know what the... Yeah, I think there's a lot of Aghanim Scepters already. Exorcism going in. Who's actually going to pick any of this stuff?
I don't know.
It's Roshan even in a jet. Owen wants it. He's going in. He knows that he wants it. Faith Beyond trying to just snipe it with the tree volley. It's not really happening. He goes in the back lines. He goes for the Fenrir. What can they actually get? Owen snatches the Aegis. Death Prophet getting lifted. His heart's coming off cooldown. Is it going to enough healing? I'm not sure that it will. Sven's hitting really hard, but they've got the SCCC just standing his ground. They've blocked two. Death Prophet both dead. That's a real 430. Can they actually find him? Where's the detection?
No.
Oh no, couldn't get it out in time. 430 will live in.
Unless he dies in the apple.
That would be hilarious.
There's no way. Come on, guys.
That was sick by Alan, though. And that, oh, hang on.
Oh, they want some more.
Why?
Oh, innocence. All right.
He got no stun there, but there's no TP.
There's 0 heroes dead right now.
Yeah, after...
Oh,
how many times have we said that, too?
Famous.
In 60.
He's got TP in 60.
Wow.
Look, so that was Alan. He has the Arena of Blood regen talent, right? So he actually just dives forward. He was backpacking that 3 items, gets the Aegis, refreshes, gets the double. So he can just tank. That's fine. He can just get in there and he can tank.
Yep.
And he just grabs the items.
Wait, did somebody? So he picked the blessing and gave it to the Grimstroke.
Is it busted this game? He can
Yes.
can't use it on allies or is it only enemies?
It's enemies only.
Enemies only. Yeah, you can't.
Dear God.
Your own Medusa.
That would have been insane.
We're getting. Wait, what?
Yeah, just dead.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Another top back.
What was the
He was looking for
thought
it. Nice
process there?
force staff. Is Brent still looking for
He has no
ways?
back. Be careful.
I mean, he's got what? So he takes no damage from clicks, and he can just pop the BKB.
This is insane. Oracle isn't even being forced back. Like Newbee. What plan?
I'm asking
How
that
does this
for-
game end?
I've been asking that for...
I feel like Newbee are winning though. Why
50
can't they just go hit another build?
Are they? But are they?
I think they're winning these fights, right? Like their heroes aren't dying, they're kiting, and EHome don't seem to be doing enough damage.
Just 11,000 gold.
EHome don't have, they don't have the hard scaling the way that Newbee do, right? Like Exorcism is only going to do so much damage.
But-
Burning Army is getting a little bit better.
But I mean, what scaling is left?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
it's... We've scaled.
Yeah, I think we're all the way there. But I mean, at this point, it feels like I don't know if you guys disagree, but it feels like Newbee are winning the fight. EHome has to make really big plays, right? They need tossbacks into Hex, into Chain Stun, lots of Spark Wraiths, like full Burning Army going. Newbee just got to click people. GA just needs to get some auto attacks off. SCCC needs to sit in the fight.
At the same time, though, it just feels like EHome can prolong this game indefinitely. That's kind of the problem.
Definitely. That's the key word.
I mean,
That could mean forever.
you know, we all talk about Owen casting Cloud9 versus Scarefaces, but we have another guy here. We have another guy here that was a part of that.
Yeah, the game was actually fun though.
I've cast a 3-hour game before.
This game is fun. I'm gonna blast
In
it.
Oracle. Status. Newbee. On the high ground, trying to make a play. They don't see the sport. They don't have the center.
Oh, they saw that.
They give it away with the Spark Ray. Jin Kieran break the smoke. YC looking for something. What if they pop? Faith Beyond jumps forward. EKB gonna be looking for the toss back. Can they get it? Skeleton Archer summoned, but it's nothing doing.
Well,
I mean,
Oh, all right, Sven wants it. Gia, he's done with this game, but needs to be careful. He gets duels, he gets hexed. Our court lifted. SC standing in the front lines, can't hit buildings. He's being
He stole the
disarmed.
big damage Spark Wraith.
Oh, it doesn't. He doesn't get the.
Oh, what? He doesn't?
No, Rubik doesn't. Rubik doesn't get talent. Oh. All right, Ben in once again, and once again, he's back out. Faith Beyond, looking for the Tosh. Jin Q here on the front lines, another Burning Army coming through, and a friend waiting in the back, bringing the Clinks. That's another buy, but forced out. SCCC, hardly scratched. He's okay.
Remember, they have to kill Faith Beyond or never end. Those are the heroes without buyback. ZinQ adds his name to the list as well. But it's just Newbee. I mean, what? How do you do that?
84 minutes,
All right.
every hero alive, both teams engaged.
what does Rubik have? I missed the icon.
It's safe.
Strafe.
Oh, no, he has Burning Army
Yeah, you
now.
got
He had
Burning
Strafe
He
before,
does
now
have
he has
kill.
Burning
Okay.
Army. Whatever. it's just more chaos in it. I don't think it's actually going to do any damage. It's got 141 damage and no tearing arrows.
There's a DD bottom. This could be it. This could be it. You've got literally everything you need on a triple C. So no buyback on 3 heroes.
It's got.
He could use a little more gold.
14.9k gold. So he can.
Wow.
So his buyback cost is 4.7 thousand gold.
It's like turbo mode right here, dude. In turbo.
What's his debt? 1,500 on debt. Yeah, he needs all the gold. Yeah, he needs more than 6K
buyback.
gold. Buyback. Boots of travel too. Do they just commit everything here? Like, do they just throw all their lives into this?
I don't know how you're gonna end the game if you don't.
Guys, maybe they make it so KB gives you accuracy against buildings.
Yeah.
So this never has to happen again.
Oh, Tossin. All right, there's the Hex. Can they do the damage? 4th half away. Keeping Triple C alive, but he's taking a lot of damage. But he does have the stand. He's filling back up. GOG is in the front lines here. 4th there. Loses the double. Faith Beyond going to be looking for another opportunity from the back line. He jumps in. Another toss back into the Hex.
They refresh
for the
the
combinations. What can they actually do? Arena Blood heals are there. Gia walks outside of it, but he does drop down and uses the buyback. Newbie coming back in. This Tiny on the front lines, taking a lot of damage. I don't know if he'll survive.
Then has ulti this time. He didn't use it last fight.
I already lived.
She's gonna do a little more damage now. Never mind. Just here 3 back. Run, team. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so it's just the bubble MKB building interaction, right?
Yes.
That's why the Arc Warden is just, you can't end the game against.
Which, by the way, was not a feature of Warcraft 3 Dota 1. I don't know if they changed that, but MKB used to give you accuracy against buildings.
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, Dota, they didn't.
I don't mind that. It's just I don't think Arc Warden bubble should give evasion to buildings. Why can buildings get evasion?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Towers dodging things.
They're not moving. You know?
Well, I mean, okay.
The bubble is blocked.
And the theory is like the bubble is things like
Okay,
some kind of flux or phase.
How about
thing.
this? If you completely cover the structure like you would with the hero, then sure. It's it's not even in the front.
No, the hero can also sit on the edge,
What
right?
if it's Butterfield and you construct butter, and when you shot them with like a it bounced off? Too slippery.
I can't believe it's not butter. I like this. This is what we're laughing at in the 6-minute game.
That's Dota for you.
To be 95.
This is Dota.
You guys want to take bets how much of our life we're going to spend?
1%.
This loud barrack sense. I mean, at least it looks like one team is going to win. I mean, it seems like it's going to be Newbee that wins this one eventually.
Over under 100 minutes.
I mean, it's been a long time since the camera was on the right side of the map. I'll take. Less biased.
Biased caster lol.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that I look at the list of people in chat, right? And the number of moderators and VIPs continues to grow, a lot of whom were on the day shift. They tune in to join us.
This is an experience.
Look, it's because they love our sport.
Kyle, you were even here for the 70-minute game last night when you left at the end of the night.
That went 70 minutes?
Yes, I went home at 7 a.m. Did you go to bed like 5:30 or something?
Dude, I don't even remember.
Dude, I will say, late game Dota is just so entertaining, you know?
It is. It's just this is the thing about late game Dota. Like this is what Dendy meant. It doesn't make sense. That
All of the rules go out the window. All of those rules of thumb that you're like, oh yeah, this hero beats this hero, or like this hero is a carry, this hero is a support. It's all gone.
the game will come down to someone will make a mistake. They will buy back and they will die, and that will be the end of the game.
But it always was like that, except now I just find it with all the eggs and refresher shards and BS, I find it a lot more entertaining.
Okay, now,
Oh.
Smoko.
This could be it.
And they probably know because the ghosts are coming, right?
Yeah. When, all right. Hasn't opted to blink away just yet. All right. Crimson's dead. One.
They're out. No.
Get back in base. Hurry.
Get out. Get out.
Quick. Hurry.
God.
Get in base.
Not safe here.
Right.
I don't feel safe.
Wait. Okay. Eggs.
I'm not in my
Eggs.
safe base.
Eggs. No eggs.
The Oracle
Eggs.
could use it.
Eggs. bags.
What?
He's seen the
Who still needs this?
Hold on.
Let's
So-
backpack.
If
All right, the jump again. Us back on the Sven. Pops the BKB. Gia still surviving. They're throwing everything that they have into the Sven. That's the Medusa lockdown.
back
Snapped
into
away.
Newbee.
Hiding back. They've committed pretty much everything from EHome.
But I don't think that this
What is the rush?
Flow.
it doesn't do anything for EHome.
I mean, I guess
What about the goal?
refractor shard.
Refresher shard still.
What's happening? Rubik on the back
hold up.
lines. 430. They are going to try and save it. Can they get him out of here? The fight is pretty split. Some of them stuck low ground, some of them on the high ground. 430 just taking so much damage. Pops the BKB, tries to fight for a little bit longer, but he is down. 125 seconds.
No buyback, that's
He's got the buyback.
No buyback, that's
Ben's dead. YC's dead. Coming in here. Alwyn and SCCC still trying to fight inside of the pit, but SCCC doesn't have the agent. That's on the Mars. They do still have buyback on the Medusa.
Dudes, that
Faith Beyond. All right, Mars respawns. 430 with the double kill.
Clinks is gonna have so much damage in this game. It's actually insane.
Just damage dealt.
He's got weird ass items. Don't they look so bizarre? But like, they just sit there and they attack constantly.
Hold
They're
up.
just, I don't have that.
So wait. Is that enough to end the game here? Medusa has buyback. Sven does not.
I mean, you haven't crossed the river in a while.
Medusa picked up the ag.
Do they
Can't
know?
give it to anyone.
Do they know the Sven buyback status?
They should definitely know.
They will, and
I
there
love
it
this.
is,
Yeah,
and there it is.
He buys the rapier.
He's 10 slotted.
Wow.
Let's get another 9,000 in the bank just in case.
Just in case. Oh, wait, I mean,
More
his
rapiers.
buyback still costs 5k.
He could sell items and just buy it back again and still have money.
All right.
This is it, folks. This is the moment.
For the Aghanim's blessing.
That they
50
will take their
seconds.
first
Is
rack.
it sellable?
The thing is, biggest don't matter. I think. Do you go for throne or do you just get like one
no.
rack?
If you're going for base right now, you're going for throne. There's no.
Exorcism's got just one.
Holy sh! Clinks
Just one.
splits to buildings too. My God.
Yep. All right, they're going for it. There is no glyph. They're going to do this pretty quickly. Rubik looks for the lifts, but he doesn't get Avatar's comboed. They do get the Hex over on the Medusa. They're just trying to keep the
going straight for the building.
fight while they go for the tier 4s. Faith Beyond in the back
Sold
line.
out.
Still working
I don't
on it.
think there's anything
That's
you can
tier
do.
4 down. Newbee, can they get in here?
This could be
Chicken
it.
is just taking
This is over. Newbee can't do
SCCC.
it.
He does not have any mon. He's just trying to auto attack through, but they're losing Dire Ancient, and finally it will end.
my God.
EHome have
Straight up,
they keep their hopes alive.
it just Sven had no buyback.
Yeah.
And got too aggressive going for 430. He finds the kill, but you can't trade your life when you're the one hero without buyback on your
So
team. You
he's
can't
the
make
one
that
guy
play.
making a mistake.
You watch that happen though, and you wonder, couldn't that have happened earlier? That